Hello, everybody, and welcome to another exciting special episode of City States of Klovisa, ; The God War. Guys, hello. One and all, how are you all doing today?
Ready. A little scared.
1 second.
Scared? Alright. Antoine's camera fucking froze. You know,
not his overlay, though.
Not his overlay.
We still...
No, of course not.
Alright, we got the Mario Kart racing game here on the top left. Cameras have changed, but maybe we'll return sometime next week. Guys, let's go around the table, ask how we are, because I'm somewhat pressed for time. So, starting with Paradigm, since you're on the bottom today, how are you doing, Paradigm, with your strobe lights in the green room?
Great, John.
Nice. Anything you want to share?
You're gonna make me dredge it up again, huh? You
Nope.
just really like this.
No, I won't do it. If you don't want
John's
to.
very happy that I had to talk to the NCIS this week.
Hey, Helga, how are you doing today?
Yeah, there you go.
I'm doing good. Yep.
Yeah, were you
Nothing
also
to
under
add.
investigation by the NCIS?
No, I did get a lot of questions from the kids that I'm supervising at camp, but that was not as intense. They just like to know how old I am for some reason.
How old are the kids?
They were 6 to 9.
Ah, okay, that makes sense. So they don't understand what age is yet. Antoine.
Yeah, they all thought I was 40.
Antoine,
you're not?
Coming from the void itself, how are you doing?
I'm good. I am slightly bitter on the goings-on of last week, but, you know, goes on, except for my grandma,
Yeah.
who killed mercilessly.
She died. She was old. It was her time to check out. I'm sorry you weren't there for that. Alonzo, also known as JC. Hey, bud.
Doing good.
Yeah.
Not doing anything worth reporting that you can make fun of.
Well, you know, I'll figure it out one day. And last, certainly not least, Apollo Nick, also known as Nick. How are you doing?
Hello, I'm doing very well. Very glad to be here on the show for my first time.
Hey.
Very excited.
Well, I hope you're excited, because I have a bag of tricks in store for everyone today. Well, I guess that's it. Oh, we got Timber back. There we go. Hell yeah. Guys, we have this thing called John punishes the guy who doesn't have a nameplate and makes him do the recaps. And Nick doesn't have a nameplate, so you get to do the recap today, Nick.
Okay. I'll be honest. I watched about the first 30 minutes of last week's episode and then the last 30 seconds. You all arrived at
All in the action report. You can just read off that.
I don't know what that is.
Don't worry about it.
Mokupuni, which Temer's character Anchois is a noble there, or maybe royalties, pseudo noble.
No. Not pseudo.
You all went to like an office to meet somebody, somebody with like blades or knives.
Yep.
I'm doing a great job here, so I'm just going to keep rolling. Apparently, your grandmother died, wasn't killed, but died of natural causes, question mark. I'm just going to put there at the end of that sentence.
No, you're right.
And here is what I do know, as a matter of fact, and that is a few episodes ago, you all stole some magic items from the Hunters Association, what are they called?
League of Explorers.
The League of Explorers, and you all dipped and have had some quote-unquote downtime, and then you hopped on a boat and are heading back to the mainland, and then a little tiny dinghy appeared on the horizon, and I believe, John, you how did you narrate the introduction of that?
An arrow comes flying out, embeds itself in the mast. And I guess we will jump in game from here. Guys, it is the 24th of March, also known as spring shifting, because we're shifting fully into spring today, as John takes us to the biggest battle map he's ever made.
It's all blue.
It is all blue, yes. Guys, please zoom the fuck out.
Holy crap!
To see how
Gotcha.
big this
Oh my
battle
God.
map is.
I can see the breaks and the waves.
Yes, you can. All right.
Jesus.
I am now on stream going over this boat. There are people with red health bars. Don't worry about them. They're the crew of your vessel, which is taking you to Toratur, the surfers' ghetto. Yes, please advance as you want. Each square, unlike previous maps, which are 2.5 squares, so we can, I guess, do a little bit more minute detail. Each square is now going to be 5 feet. Anyway, all the way across the ocean to your northeast is another small sailing ship, where one individual is sitting on the prow, or standing on the prow, with a bow in his hand, 600 or so feet away. So, I guess, Apollo, was there anything you wanted to write on that arrow? Like a message or anything to communicate what you're doing here?
Yes, there is a tiny scrap of parchment that is like tied with a little. There's like a little bow tying the note to the arrow, which hits your mast, and you can see like the ribbon is a tiny little bow part, but then the tails are really long to draw attention to it. And as you unfurl that tiny little piece of paper, you see written in just absolutely phenomenal cursive is. Stand down or die.
Holy crap! 169 hit points.
Oh,
You all can see that?
What the fuck?
Great.
We can.
God damn it. Also nice.
I might have a few hit points.
Well, alright, now you can't see it. Oh, sorry.
And John,
Yeah.
why is there a penguin and a seal in the water?
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
John was messing with some tokens. Get rid of his blue circle. Fuck off. Luckily, the stream can't see it because I'm focused on the player's POV. So, guys, an arrow just slapped itself into this mast here. John will drag us over. There we go. These ships are moving, but John put the boats on the map layer, which means he can't move them and the tokens together. So I'm gonna fix that.
Just put it on the token layer and send it to back.
I will do that. Yeah.
Just give us water walking.
Do you have water walking?
Fuck no.
Then why would I give you it? All right. Oh, cool. That didn't change too much.
The only thing is we lose the squares, but that's it.
Fine. I will move them in a bit. Send to back. There we are. Guys, I'm trying to find good music for this, but I can't do it. So, the boats begin to move. One heading north. Yours, stranger on the horizon, is going in this clockwise pattern to go south of the ship and then come at its back. But for now, political team, what do you do as you read this note, which is unfurled by one of the crew members and reads it aloud after asking, hey, does anyone know how to read cursive?
If we wait until the boat gets a little bit closer, we can shoot back another message with my crossbow. But it's too far away.
Sorry, Apollo. The message just said, like, surrender. It didn't say why or anything like that, right?
Surrender or die.
It was stand down or
Down.
die.
Oh,
Same
okay.
difference.
These must be pirates. Yes, we should send back a message. Post haste. Any
Okay,
cannon
well-
on this ship?
Parlay with. It's okay. If we wanna fight 'em, we could put a
should
wall
basically
in front of
stand
'em.
down. I think we should not fight ship to ship. This is our only ship, guys. This is
Could burn
all we
their
got.
ship.
Their ship looks small. I think we could take it.
We could burn it. shoot a lightning bolt at it. We have a lot of things we can do to it.
All true points.
I'm... we
All
have a lot
right.
of things. It's true.
Nick, I don't think your character
I'd
is
rather
one to wait, so I need everyone to roll initiative real quick.
Yeah, I was like debating whether or not I announced that I fire another arrow that hits the mast in the exact same spot, splitting the first arrow I shot.
Okay,
What does that one
Alden,
say?
hitting with the natural 20 on initiative. Everyone, please click your tokens. Zoom in
Okay.
and enhance.
God, I really need alert.
The way, you might have seen it, but mage armor, right?
Yes, I see
Yeah,
your
I
mage
saw you
armor.
click that as soon as my character showed up.
Antoine has been getting wrecked because he keeps forgetting mage armor.
Alright, John, question.
Yes.
If I use mage armor, do I still get the +2 from staff?
Yeah.
Okay, could I also have done that?
Well, now we're in initiative, so you can do that
Well, I'll just
when
do it
it's your
now.
turn. Hang on, I gotta roll for the boat's initiative.
I'm
Oh.
sorry, the what?
The boat. The boats move on their own turn. Where? Oh my god, this map's too big for me, guys. I'm sorry.
That sounds like a DM problem.
It sure does, doesn't it? Alright, there's the first boat. Here is the first boat, or second boat. Ooh, your boat goes much sooner, Apollo. Alright. Boats are tied to their crews, because the crews must man their boats. In your case, Apollo Nick, whose character name we have not yet introduced, because there hasn't been a need to, is tied to Captain Flippers, a sentient penguin who says he was once a man, but has been turned into a penguin by a curse. Following that...
I'm not killing the penguin. I refuse to do it. If we have to, I won't.
It's fine, I'll do it.
Following, we also have the Mokapunian, I guess, tribal vessel. This cheap, non-military, civilian-grade frigate of sorts, which has been commissioned by the Queen Anne to take Antoine back to exile, where he belongs. That being said, Paradigm, you're first up. An arrow is now flying towards the sky to hit the same mast.
Yeah, I'm just gonna slap myself with mage armor real quick.
Alright, you slap yourself with mage armor as John looks for some decent battle music. Probably not going to be able to find any cool death and axes, hell yeah. Just suddenly, battle music. Alright. You slap mage armor on yourself. Do you position yourself anywhere on the boat?
I'm gonna try my best to hide my flanks behind a mast.
Alright. Move your character token, please. This ship is
God.
kind of to scale. These stairs are stairs. You can ignore them. They aren't difficult terrain. Alright, you hide yourself behind a mast. Bringing us to Apollo Nick's boat, where Captain Flippers squawks out to you across the waves. What's the plan, my friend? Where are we headed?
Bring us in.
Understood! And he will begin to turn the ship, squawking all the while. And then move its pitiful 75 feet. There we go. Boop.
That is pitiful.
It is incredibly pitiful. These boats, turns out boat combat is really slow in D&D, guys. I don't know if anybody noticed that or not. Bringing us to Antoine's turn. Antoine! You just popped mage armor on yourself when you saw this arrow that said surrender or die. And now you're like trying to convince people not to fight.
Trying to convince people not to fight? Yes, I actually am. I'm saying, guys, we shouldn't fight ship to ship. We should wait until they get on our ship, or at least until we get a bit closer. That as a mage or as a wizard. So I hold off anything but I ready a firebolt just in case. How far are they? Let me see. This.
They are several
600
hundred feet
foot.
away.
Like 550.
Yeah. Okay. So we all our time. All right, guys. Let's formulate a plan. Should we keep the ships away?
All right, you begin to have a
Drill a hole in the ship.
conversation, bringing us to Helga's turn. Helga.
Okay. I'm gonna cast Armor of Agathis.
All right, at 3rd level, correct?
Yep.
All right.
And that's that. That's my turn.
You don't want to do any movement, take any like prone diving, swan dives off the side of the ocean and drown?
Yeah, I don't think I feel like drowning right now. I'll hold off on that. Maybe
All
later.
right. Alonzo.
Alonso
What are you doing?
will use a bonus action to cast Shield of Faith.
You now have 2 AC for 1 minute. Or 10 minutes, excuse me.
Time.
10 minutes. And then I will run towards Paradigm and say, Paradigm, my friend, it's time! Let me mount you! I don't have enough movement to jump on him.
Do you
Oh
take
my.
the dash action to do so?
I'm so glad.
Yeah, all my movement is to get there with the dash action. I can't get on him.
Alrighty. Next up is the cruise boat, because it somehow rolled better. I just looked at your fucking name, Nick. What the fuck? Are you kidding me? Alright. The Mokapunian crew look bewildered, confused. It's one ship. They only see 2 crew members on this ship coming to get them. They're like, what is happening? Antra, who is this? And they will begin to tilt their heavy vessel.
God.
Oh god.
Rotating all
you
the
know what?
things.
All
God.
the things and shifting a pitiful 65 feet.
Oh.
It is.
What kind of a maneuver is this? Is this like we're gonna try and just get behind you and speed past you, or is this like slowing down to like what are they
Would you
doing?
like to know?
I would.
Playing
what
chicken.
would you
I'm,
like
and
to
I'm
know?
watching. I am
You
watching.
are watching.
I'll have you know, not even we know.
Well then, guys, who wants a quick crash course in naval warfare of the 17th century?
I mean, I can assist in that.
Yes, let's hear
We're
it.
trying to get a broadside on them for some
yeah.
reason. We're trying
You
to
want to
get
get in flanking position, where you just board each other.
Yes, or you want to go past them because it's easier to go in a direction they aren't going and then outpace them that way. Maybe this is a foolish error, or maybe they don't know who they're dealing with. But for whatever reason, they are trying to close in on...
Excellent, Captain. Take us closer to the pirates. We will
Continue.
destroy them.
Very good.
Apollo Nick.
Okay, so seeing this this foolish vessel turning to face myself head on, I'm going to respond in kind.
Okay.
I'm going to cast a spell
Okay.
Via boat magic.
to get this going. Where's my character sheet with all of the things?
Long strider.
Oh, can I just get everyone's passive perception now that the round is about to end as well? Just
12.
12,
12.
9.
9, and
You
12.
fools. 17.
You have 17 passive... Okay, cool.
Oh,
Crap, he's a cleric.
Oh. He's a party.
Guys, he's got Spirit
14
Guardians.
passive perception.
You better watch
14.
that. What spell do you cast, sir?
I'm going to cast haste.
Okay.
Oh, he's a cheater cleric. Bastard.
You cast haste upon yourself for the next minute.
Yes.
Alright, you
Yes.
have 2 AC advantage on dex saving throws, and it gains an additional action on its turn. Well, I think
Okay.
you can use that action immediately, if I'm not mistaken of how haste works.
Yes.
So what action would you like to take?
I would like to use the attack action.
Oh, yeah?
Yes.
Who are you targeting?
One moment. Okay.
Everyone is 450 feet away from you.
Okay, I can only use one attack with the haste, the extra haste
Yes.
attack. Okay, so who's driving this boat? Is it this person right here?
Yes,
Oh,
that is exactly
sorry.
him who
I can't even see the pings.
This person here.
unfortunately did not move all the way with the boat for whatever reason. But yes, that is the
Okay.
guy piloting the boat.
I'm gonna fire at them.
All right, you fire at the captain. Please make an attack roll. A 14 will actually beat his AC of 13.
Excellent.
By the way, he has a +9 to his hit called the Oath Bow. For my power gamers in the chat, you know what that is. All right. Please roll me some damage.
Okay, so I should probably, well, maybe when we get closer, we'll actually introduce my character and what they look like.
Didn't he offer us terms? He said surrender.
No, you
Yeah,
didn't.
and you all chose to drive your boat right at me.
You didn't say who you were. What you wanted we
Alright.
should surrender.
I can see you all casting spells on the deck.
His ship.
Would not let us take
Destroying
control of
his
this
ship.
boat
We're
and its
destroying
direction.
his ship.
All
For all we
right.
know,
There's
your
always
parents.
going to be a fight because John
Everyone
wants it to
is arguing. I love it. I
We are
need it. Can
destroying
we
his ship.
get a bit more banter as this captain dude just takes an arrow in the chest. His energy shield that is hit points sparks, flickers, and is about to break, but he stands getting lower to the deck as he's like, oh shit! He can shoot at range! He's really accurate! Paradigm, this brings us to your turn.
be. Yeah, huh?
How you doing?
How far are they again?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, that's pretty far.
yeah, it's pretty far, huh?
Yeah,
I think
that's
that's out of
pretty far.
fireball range, right?
That's out of everything range, John.
It's also definitely like you all see me like draw my bow back and fire, and it's like 1, 2, 3, hit.
Yeah, you get to see these arrows coming, fellas.
Yeah,
This
I'm
is a
gonna-
scurry
I'm-
situation.
I'm gonna continue to hide myself behind the mast,
Cool.
not wanting my flanks to be taken out.
Can I get a stealth roll from you
Oh,
as you take the hide action?
you want a horse to hide?
All right. Well, I don't. You do. All right. Paradigm hides. There is a little goblin right next to you with this big old lance and shield, like wanting to mount you. Do you do anything with that, Paradigm?
No, I begrudgingly just. Yeah.
Not helpful.
Like you go prone, trying to hide a little bit, or not fully prone, mechanical prone, but you know,
I
you're trying
bend
to
my
hide.
knees.
And Alonzo can hop up on his turn, of course. Next up is Flippers. Captain Flippers, the penguin, says, Mr. Vendor Yacht, should I close in further or keep at distance?
It is Lord Vanderyacht. Keep our
Apologies.
distance for now.
Understood. Flippers
You're doing fine.
keeps the spacing, moving 75 feet. Bringing us to Antoine's turn. Fucking Maximo.
Maximo Vanderyacht.
Alright.
Oh.
Antoine. You're being shot at, son.
I run to the captain. Is he hurt? Like, what's his AC? Or what's his HP?
Out of... He's bloodied. That's what he is.
He's got an arrow in his chest.
No, it fell.
Well,
It was fine.
energy shield, I suppose, dropped it off.
Oh.
I
Yeah.
tell him to like get down, and I illusion another captain at the wheel.
Ah, very
You're
good.
gonna do the box?
Hell yeah.
Oh no, just like another captain at the wheel. A magic illusion,
Understood.
or minor
One that
illusion.
doesn't move?
I actually have a question about that. If you put a magical illusion on a moving object, will it stay in that moving object? So if you like
No.
minor illusion a guy who's like in the driver's seat of a car, and then that car moves forward. Is he in that car still, or is he like 30 feet behind the car now?
It depends if you consider the object big enough to be the new floor.
If you
Oh,
shine
your
a
call.
light
That's your call.
through car
it'd be up to you,
windows,
really.
does the light
Like-
travel with the car when it goes inside of it?
I mean, John, we have to take into account that the planet is moving through space at hundreds of
Hey,
thousands of
you
miles.
don't know
per
my
second.
world. My universe.
Okay, that's
What's
fair.
space? Nobody knows what space.
That's fair.
Angela doesn't even know what time is.
Yeah. What's a bird? All right.
I'm not partial to either decision one way or another. Like,
I
I'm
like
not
it, so
partial
we're
to
gonna
either
roll
one.
with it. If you want to make an illusory captain, so that the other captain can hide below it and keep piloting the ship, that's dope. Fuck it.
It is dope.
Can you please hit minor illusion for the chat log? As we move back to Helga's turn. Helga, you're being rocked with the ship, but you are tempt healthed up. Well, what are you doing?
Yeah. A bit worried, so I'm gonna use my whole turn to go join Paradigm behind the mast.
Understood.
Yeah.
Alonzo, you may now mount your horse friend. It's a
I will
beautiful
mount
moment.
my horse friend.
It's a beautiful moment.
I
Yeehaw.
look visibly disgusted.
Okay.
I will use my free action to pet the mane on Paradigm to calm
Okay.
him down.
Raise
Oh,
my
no.
child to you, ready
The
to
ship
say the
captain! As
Paradigm,
you
how
all-
are you're a centaur, right?
word. Unfortunately.
How are you handling being at sea?
Trust me, it's no worse than an airship. John's put
Man.
me through the ringer already. Look,
Fair.
he's already thrown plenty of stairs and sheer drops at me. Paradigm is just over it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mine
The
is the
ship
humiliation
captain.
character.
Needs to know what he's doing. He looks to you, Antois. Antois, what is happening? Tell us what to do.
Can I reply?
Yeah.
Is it just free form? Do I have to wait? Okay.
What is he?
Know
What do you
that,
tell him?
These are after us, your travelers, me and my companions.
Oh no.
I don't
gonna
know
kick
how
it off.
violent they are. I don't know how violent they are, but they're serious and they mean business. If it comes down to it, guys, go down to the hold. Go under, hide yourselves.
All right.
You got a note that said surrender or stand down or die. I think you have an idea of how violent my character is.
During
gonna
this
land
time,
or
as
yacht?
you are telling him
Surrender's
this,
like
the boat has
You say or,
continued
but-
on its turning course. I'm sorry, I gotta interrupt you guys. We got a time
Sorry,
schedule.
John.
Uh,
Sorry, John.
No, it's
We're
fine.
not John's priority. We know.
Yeah, fuck it. Maximo, it's your turn as the ship continues to pivot towards you. The captain, still kind of unsure of what to do.
Yeah, I think I, at this point, am going to just start picking off crew members as they're running around the deck,
Oh shit.
belaying ropes,
Yeah.
changing the sails. So I'm just I'll just one attack each for 3 visible crew members.
All right. Can
Could
you
I
point
have
them out?
a roll of the dice to see if possibly it hits my magic illusion, my minor illusion? Roll of the dice.
If
Sure.
he targets the captain, sure.
Let's see.
Don't meta me. You already shot the captain once. He's still standing.
Yeah, I think I would prioritize the captain because that would really disable the ship. So I'll try and put one in the captain, one in this crew member, and then one in this crew member.
All right. So the guys closest to you and the captain. Make me an attack roll for each one. The first one, we'll just go down that order.
Yeah, captain, midsection, and the person up front.
All right. Well, you hit all 3, but for some whatever foul sorceries are involved, the captain seems to just not have a physical body for you to hit.
Yeah, and I think so. At this point, you all probably can see my character, so I'll just go ahead and Bruce up this token so you all can get a good sense of what my character looks like.
You
Can
fly
you
him
can you
over the ocean.
can you size that up, John? I can't.
I
do
sure
that.
can. Let
I'm
me
put it
go
by their
ahead
ship.
and. Oh my god, this is much harder to do. Boom! There he is.
Yeah. So, my character is in charcoal-colored half plate that has like a dark green hue to it that is not represented on this token. It does have this helmet that looks like a four-eyed cephalopod. And the armor, again, not visible in this art asset I found, is decorated with like this dark brass filigree of like a paisley pattern of kraken tentacles swirling like all over the plate. And he's got this dope bow, he's got this cool quiver, and an accompaniment of weapons and other stuff. So at this point, I'll go ahead and roll damage for the midsection crew member.
Yep, I'm gonna move you back to your boat. I hope you don't mind.
Thank you. Back to my boat, and then so that's 11 to the midsection crew member and 10 to the front crew member.
Alrighty, and then I believe you hit. Quit moving, guy. Bah. All right, nobody's dead yet. That's pretty good.
Sorry to disappoint. We'll change that soon.
Paradigm, it's your turn.
Oh, sorry.
Oh.
And yeah, that was 3 attacks. Perfect.
All right, cool. Paradigm, the ship is getting closer and closer.
Yeah.
You'll aim for the sails if you're shooting or if you're in range.
Got a goblin on your back.
We're not in range, I can tell you that right now. Oh, I don't like that
Then
look I
save
just
the
saw,
crew.
JC.
Save the crew.
I'm gonna hide.
All right, you hide. You are hidden already, so you take cover. How about
Are
that?
you sure I'm hidden?
Flippers calls out, "There's a horse on their boat, sir, hiding behind the mast. Perhaps you should shoot
You
him.
son.
I can see it with my passive perception of 9. Me too.
There will be no need to slay the livestock.
Understood.
Don't you worry.
They seem pretty unready for you and your magnificent bow, sir, Lord Vanderyacht. And as Flippers continues to stay the course, since he hasn't been told otherwise, Antoine, it comes back to you. It's fucking
is our
penguin.
boat moving in relation to it? I see their boat moving, but not ours.
Your boat has moved, I promise you. I am not turning the entire map.
Cool. Could we turn into its ship but not into its side? Well, yeah, kind of like into its side, but not
Crash
quite.
course.
You want to sprint into the
Not
wheel
crash.
and take over the ship?
Crash course. Crash course.
I
Well,
do
right now,
want to,
don't you all have an illusion at the helm?
They do. But he can end it.
Yeah.
The boat's still going to move on its turn. But if you want to take over the job of captaining it, by all means, Antoine, go for it.
I do. I kind of want to turn it into the end of its ship. Like
Nice.
sort of like a...
You go for a ramming maneuver. All right.
Not quite ramming, but... Where's this?
I just want its prow to enter its hole, John. Antoine, could you please move your token up to the steering wheel, and if you can make it there, you can definitely pull off that maneuver on the ship's turn.
Okay. Wow, this is so long. So much crap.
Do you need me to drag you to it real quick?
That would be nice.
Here's your
I'd
token.
appreciate if you could do that.
He's the only one not behind the mast.
He can click his token.
There we go.
Meanwhile, Paradigm has just been a Vada Kedavra in real life. Alright, you move to the ship's wheel to join your illusion of a captain. Bringing us to Helga's turn. Helga, two of your teammates are in front of you, hiding behind a pillar. The other one is being pretty heroic, taking over the helm, as it were.
Okay, I would like to very hastily write a note trying to copy the fancy cursive from the original, but it looks like absolute shit. And it just says, "What do you want?" And then I attach it to a crossbow bolt and I shoot it into the mast of their ship.
All right, make me an attack roll.
Okay.
Are you within range, or can you be within
Yeah.
range?
I think we're like 250 something. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's within range.
All
I
right.
mean, with disadvantage, but it's within range.
Vanderyacht, the returning fire! Poorly!
It's not meant for your head if that's what you're worried about.
Sorry.
It hits the mast. See?
Oh no, it doesn't even go to...
Oh no,
it,
it
the
definitely
wind
doesn't,
carries
you're right.
it, and it just falls into the ocean. Helga... You know, there's some people are just better marksmen, alright? I don't know how else to explain it. Alonso, it's
Yeah.
your turn.
Alonso will bonus action hide.
You are hidden on top of Paradigm, who is also hiding.
And with my action, I will take the dodge action.
Alright, you start to dodge on his bare back. So now Paradigm, you have this weird shuffling gnome in metal plates trying not to get shot at or making himself a hard target. Bringing us
Mace
to
at the ready.
the vessel, which will turn. Oh my god.
Not quite that steep.
Oh.
But,
I can only
Not
turn
quite
in fourths, apparently. Alright, hang on. Where...
okay.
I
Yeah,
think you
okay.
can alt.
Yeah, you can alt do
There
it.
we go.
Alt-oriented.
How about that?
Yeah.
Is that,
Yeah,
is that a...
perfect.
That's a better angle? Alright, cool. We're now going to move... like so? Man, man, this boat's slow as fuck. Alright, Maximo.
I need to consult something really quick.
Y'all staff of...
No.
Okay.
Oh,
Wondering
no.
if I could turn my boat into stone if I really needed to.
What?
I
Don't worry about it. That's not an
I
option.
honestly don't know
What?
you're referring to.
Don't worry about it. Okay, so this is my third turn with haste. I am actively tracking that.
Please do.
Okay.
I'd love to see a boat turn to stone.
Just
It'd
not
be
ours.
like, well, we have to abandon ship, Captain Flipper. Might as well have them bust their boat too.
It'd be great for me.
Sink like a stone.
Yes. Okay. All right. I'm going to go ahead and continue to just fire arrows. It just seems like the
Alright.
most viable option at this point.
Who are you aiming at?
I think
You
with
can
the
now
ship.
see Antoine as well, who is clearly piloting the ship with his illusion like right next to him.
Yeah, I think all of these people here are like on this deck. It's like since it's lower, I don't think I can see them at all. Probably.
Not at this angle, no.
Yeah, so I think I'm gonna start with targeting this person at the front again.
This guy's just like pulling on the sails, trying to keep them static and with the air as the boat continues to turn. Please shoot him.
All right. Ooh, that's a bad shot.
You
So-
actually miss him. Maybe it's because
Yeah.
he's like fully like parallel with the deck. Some would call him prone, but either way, you shoot him.
Yeah, let's demoralize them and fire again at that target.
Oh no.
An
Yeah,
18.
That's gonna hit.
All right, for 5 damage. Not
Only
great.
5 damage. Not great. Oh, stop shooting me! I'm just a guy. He
Okay.
cries out.
Let's target Antoine with the final shot. This is with
Alright,
the haste action I used to attack again. So Antoine, I pull back my bow, fire it, and with a 12, that probably will miss.
That will miss his mage armor. It pings off of it before you can see the spark of his HP go down, which is unfortunate. And it's on
Captain,
this
Is it
turn.
unfortunate? It's unfortunate.
Mm-hmm.
Well, for me. Maximo, it is on this turn. Your passive perception will see something parallel but underneath the waves of the craft you are engaging with.
It.
All right,
I
Paradigm.
hate it.
It's your turn, Paradigm.
Yeah, is it?
Yeah.
Okay. Give me 1 second to, Nope. Hey, guess what I'm doing, John?
What's up?
Cowering like a scared horse.
All right, you're gonna actually move?
No.
Oh. Wait, I thought you said you weren't gonna.
Can't get in... No, I can't get in range for anything yet.
Oh. Well, that's just perfect for me then. All right, you
Actually-
cower.
No, I take it back. Alonzo's going for a ride. We're gonna go
Oh.
here.
Oh
We're
shit.
gonna cast a wall of force like right there.
Where?
Oh, fucking! I can't do it
I
like that.
can't see.
Right there.
Wait, all right. Let's hit Wall of Force. Do you have that on your spell list?
I sure fucking do, John.
All right, let's see it. Wall of Force, a range of 120 feet. Okay.
Are we within range?
Oh shit.
I don't think you're within range.
No.
But
No,
can
we
you
can't.
make the wall stretch out vertically by 90 feet?
10 feet.
Almost there.
All right, you run up to the prow and then start doing geometry, and then you're like, "Fuck, we're
Just
still
hold your
too
action
short."
for later.
A little bit later.
Maximo, you see the staff you have come to reclaim. It is within this horseman's clutches, wielding an artifact that is meant to be sealed away in a vault where it belongs. He's disgracing everything that your organization stands for. As
The
he
camera
does,
zooms in on my eyes, which narrow.
I swing a mace in a circular fashion around
all
my
right,
head.
staff in one hand, flail in the other.
Yep.
All right, Flippers. What does Flippers do? Do you call out to Flippers about anything?
Get us more distance, Flippers. There's something in the waters.
Understood, Captain! His flippers slap the steering wheel because he doesn't have thumbs or hands. Just slaps it and holds it. Oh, shit. He will begin to get more distance. Where's the turny thing? The turny thing! The flubbin'! There we go. And then 75. There we go. Alright. You are at a funky angle, but Antoine, the ship! It's going away! You're chasing them off!
Isn't that
Uh-huh.
wonderful? Only if it was not as fast as it was. So we just turn in and turn into it.
Alright, that you're just gonna maintain
Yeah.
your position as the captain? Yeah.
Of course. But turn into it. It's like,
Helga, it's your turn.
Okay,
Oh, I die.
I take out another piece of parchment, and in the same shitty handwriting I write, "Sorry about the last arrow. Wasn't trying to hit you guys. Just want to know what you want."
Alright, make an attack roll. Can you please get to a position where you can see the boat? It's currently
Oh, yeah,
you are
sorry.
at a weird angle. This is super hard for the stream to see, so I'm trying to be like captain man or cameraman here. Just it's super difficult.
I think this is me, but it's so small I can't tell.
It is you are here.
Okay, can I can go to like there?
I don't know. Yes,
there?
you can. You climb up the stairs with
Okay.
your crossbow. Having written words on a piece of parchment.
It's on par, guys.
On the bright side, the bolt only embeds itself
Wow.
10 feet in front of you into the deck.
Perfect.
Like a wave came up, hit the bottom of the ship, and you're like, fuck! And, you know, For whatever reason, the bolt flew into the air, then landed back down right onto your own mat or deck.
Great.
Alonzo, it's your turn.
I can't do anything, so I'm gonna keep on my dodge action.
All right,
Try
you
to-
keep dodge actioning. Boat...
I'm gonna drop my dibs and my lance.
All right, you're dropping your lance.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna be useful for here.
Okay. Yeah.
So I've got a hand free.
Oh, I almost flew the boat 1,000,000 miles away. All right,
That's
you
fine.
are turning it. Oh my god, it won't let me turn. Guys,
We
my
don't have
camera's...
Dimension gate.
Dimension
Dimension door.
Oh my god. Do not shrink the boat, John.
What, are you secretly level 7?
No.
There we go. We turn it, and then we will move it. Whoosh. Just right there.
Did you
Is this where the Kraken
a
gets
little
us?
bit more? Like, I mean, is that
You're an
as far as it can go?
You have water vehicles proficiency?
Poorly.
No, I suppose not.
Okay.
I
Orling
suppose
did.
not.
All right,
I'll accept-
Maximo,
I'll accept
you
your-
see something in the water. John's just going to draw it in a big white line. Something around this size. This yam-shaped white line.
Oh crap.
It's kind of hard to tell. Can I get a nature check from you? As John realizes he can't actually delete this line. Because if he does, he'll delete the entire boat instead.
Oh my.
There
I
we
mean,
go.
it's gonna happen soon anyway.
A 13.
A 13. Shit. There it is. Alright.
Maximo Vanderyacht does come from a noble family who you might expect engage in a lot of sailing in
Yes.
these waters.
Then you...
Maximo is a maritime hunter.
Then you would definitely know what is about to breach the surface of this ocean. As John turns off this set of battle music, he wants to take us to the world map for a second and break narrative flow.
God.
Because Vanderyacht,
Shamu.
you have deep lore on your side. Whoosh, whoosh. Guys, you are in what is, I suppose, the equivalent to the crazy Pacific Ocean of our world. It has a bunch of volcanoes, things like to live around these warmish waters, even though they're freezing to normal people. You guys are battling somewhere in this section of the world. And Mr. Vanderyacht, what you know is that deep down within this area, there is a trench of sorts that just shoots impossibly down towards the, who knows, really. No one's actually been there. The abyss, I guess we'll call it. And occasionally, when people travel through this area of the land, just going straight from Mokapuni to Toraturv, vessels go missing. Vessels that have lots of magical items on them, because magic attracts all sorts
Oh crap.
of people.
Of course.
Now,
Zero.
your goal here was to reach them before they got here? Or maybe Flippers didn't really understand, because Flippers isn't a real captain. But something has come up from the abyss. And we're going to move us back to this map as John prepares the token. And by prepares, I mean finds the place on the map. And is about to play his monster music. Monster attack.
Mash.
It was a monster mash. Alright. Bop! Okay.
Jeez.
I love it.
This is to scale. This monster attack music is very quiet.
I don't like how big his hit point bar is.
Yeah, it's
nice
almost
knowing
as
you
big as your
guys.
It's
boat.
also to scale.
Yeah, the hit point bar is the
Uh,
scale too.
As this great big serpent pierces the water, the waves, the ocean around you all begins to calm. Its whirlpool-like entrance into the surface world is in itself dominating of the seas, I suppose. We'll do Field of Heroes if Monster Attack won't play. Because we're heroes now, boys. And as John rolls its initiative,
Sure.
the round begins, and it rolled extremely well. It rolled a natural 20 on its initiative.
Fuck.
But Paradigm,
Why
you
not?
still beat it. So Paradigm, you ran up here, and then this fucking sea serpent just showed up out of nowhere. What would you
Cool.
like to do?
I look at it for a second.
Yeah, it's looking at you. It sees what you
Hey
got.
John, would
Hey.
you consider 60? Would you consider like being right there, 60 feet from its head?
Let me see how big this creature is. Because it breaks the surface. I think it's currently even with the vessel's highest point. On terms of deck, not mast. Because it's not like doing the whole, oh, I'm towering over you, preparing for my breath weapon attack. It's more like, I just came out of a surface, and I'm looking around for what I intrinsically sense and want. So yeah, sure. You can be within 60 feet of its head if you move to that edge of the boat there.
Okay. We're making mistakes right now, boys. Gonna go right there.
Alright.
At the base of where it's coming out of the water, I'm gonna cast Cone of Cold.
Okay, you cast Cone of Cold on it.
Good spell.
Indeed, a good spell that bites
That's a
into
17.
it.
The save is 17, by the way,
Uh,
because I don't know how to change it.
And change that.
your cold magic
level.
washes over its unaffected skin. It must
I
be
was-
so used to the depths where there is nothing but biting cold water and intense pressure where this thing lives. It has immunity to cold damage.
I see that now. Is the water frozen?
Part of it is, sure.
Okay.
It's gonna break pretty soon, but you know.
Yeah.
You make a big ass cone of cold on it. And now it's its turn, baby. And it thinks you did make a mistake.
I think I made a mistake.
As it
Alonso thinks he made a mistake jumping on this horse.
is going to
Thanks
Oh,
for
that's
defending
the
me
boat.
from missile attacks.
turn, swim on over here so that it is on
Oh.
top of the boat.
Hey,
And then
welcome.
it is going to attack the boat. Its massive long tail, over 100 feet long, is going to wrap around the boat. It will make... By the way, guys, did you know that this is a siege monster? All right.
Man, I wish Dirk Daggers was with us.
I bet you do. It
wish
is
we had
going
Moldan's Cleaver.
to constrict the boat with a 29 to hit,
Oh.
and then do twice
better.
this damage. Only 19. So 19 times 2 is 48 or 38. Excuse me. So now I gotta roll the boat's health. Guys, how much HP does a boat have?
900.
Million.
A
Million.
lot.
I don't think it's actually that much. I think it's like 150.
We should give it the same health that a typical Navy aircraft carrier might have.
One made out of wood? Or...
Nope. Nuclear reactor and all.
Oh yeah? You have that hit dice on me that I can roll real quick?
Yeah,
I found a website with some.
7100.
I'm looking through the DMG right now. 70-100? Is that what you said?
All the DMG says is that pieces up to like large you treat individually, and like each of them there's a chart there depending on if it's flimsy or resilient.
Okay.
It doesn't have any rules for anything bigger than large, if I remember
We're
right.
gonna use my bullshit airship hit die converter, which
Oh,
I have
no.
not published.
How did that go for the Monday team?
All right, this is a
Not good.
frigate. It's made out of wood. Not even reinforced wood. So it's going to basically only have like, what?
5 HP.
No, 5 hit dice. Where is my fucking shit? Oh, it's on the floor. Dirt. Guys, aren't I cool? I've been running over my cheat sheet all this time. Alright, it is a light frigate. So it has... Can someone roll me 7d20?
That was close.
Go, Helga. Roll us our doom.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
And I will give your
I thought you were
boat...
gonna say no.
No.
Cool.
Below average. Nice going, Helga.
Very below.
Hey.
I've not been rolling well today. Maybe you shouldn't have asked me.
Everyone
No, it's
should
good.
be
3
able to
points below
see
average.
this
3
green
points below
health bar. Yes.
Great.
And the serpent is going to deal 38 schmeckles worth of damage to you, also known as bludgeoning damage. As
Hey
John,
guys, I can't swim.
you sure
neither.
can't. Why can't I pull up the tokens? Little
Horses can swim.
You
what's
think Sarah's
67
ever
minus
been
38?
in water?
No, but like theoretically a horse can swim.
The closest thing I've ever been to in water was in
29.
Rodrigo's sauna.
The crew collectively lose their shit as their boat begins to smash, being pulled and pushed inward by the constricting tail. And then it's going to bite someone who's within 20 feet of it, which I think it'll just go for a crew member. Yeah, who's like, no! Hitting the null stat block for 27 piercing damage, killing them instantly.
Hey guys, what if I feed it the staff?
I actually cannot
Literally, we
target the
have no
null.
choice.
So I have to move it back.
You think I can feed him the staff?
And then the null
What do
gets
you think would
eaten.
happen?
Alright.
What if
Next
I go
up,
inside and break the staff?
Flippers!
No. That will destroy us. Like,
Maximo!
breaking the stuff will destroy us.
We have
Not
to fight it!
even a question.
It's magical items! It's gonna eat them!
Not even a question.
Yes. We have our orders. The recovery of the items.
Hard to aft! He says, tripping over his words.
Which direction did you just say?
Aft.
Aft? Port is left, right?
Yeah, I just want to make you question yourself.
Fuck off. Alright, Maximo.
I have
pivots
a
the ship.
question.
Yeah, what's up?
Yeah, so you and I talked a little bit about hunters and their role in the world.
Oh
Yes.
no.
I think the first thing you told me is their duty and role in society is to slay dangerous monsters. Is that right?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
And to
Okay.
protect human life, but, you know.
Okay.
When
well,
humans do stuff to, you know, piss you off, that's when that one goes out the window. So.
Well,
Or a
they
goblin
didn't
on a
piss me
horse.
off. They pissed off my bosses. So.
Then feel free to help them or, you know.
To be fair, it's another hunter's fault.
To be fair, we only attacked Doug. How can you like Doug?
Yeah,
I don't
really.
even think
Alright, you guys are like having this moralistic battle of wits as it becomes Antoine's turn. Antoine, holy fuck, Antoine! The ship stopped responding! There's a giant sea serpent, what are you doing?
And the ship is like not moving. It's like stopped, right?
Yeah, it
It's not,
has
like,
fully
on the waves
stopped.
or anything like
Yeah.
that. Fully stopped. Okay, so I stopped, at the wheel. Like I stopped commanding the wheel. And how far is that?
The captain
Monster
looks up
away
and
from
says, "This is how we die."
It might be, but you know what? We die fighting this damn monster. Now go fight it too. Go. over there
Hell
and
yeah,
fight
he
it.
pulls
I'm
out a
shooting off
fucking
something like this.
longbow from seemingly nowhere because he's a null
He's
stat
gonna pull the
block.
arrow out of his chest.
Alright, so I get. I get, how far is, my firebolting range? Oh, actually, that is nice.
A nice natural one, crispy.
The boat on
Hold
fire.
on.
Your tiny firebolt seems to have no effect on its skin as it continues to crush you. And now it's going to use one of its legendary actions.
Oh, great.
Cool. I like it. Get them out early.
They get them every round.
It's going to use one action to detect who has the cool magical items that it wants, that it senses.
Oh.
There are 2 on the horse.
Yes, it sees the horse. It
only wants the one.
It sees the horse. And now we're going to move to Helga's turn, as that was its legendary action.
Okay. I'm gonna
Legendary actions, John.
I'm gonna come to the top of the stairs, and then I'm gonna cast Witch Bolt at the thing.
Ah,
Ooh.
I love this spell.
You do love
third
this
level.
spell. Oh my god. All right, 22 will surpass its AC.
Sweet.
God, now I need to read what this fucking spell does.
It's just like a continuous attack. It's
Nice.
awesome.
Oh my god. A beam of crackling blue energy lances out towards a creature within range, forming a sustained arc of lightning. Quit typing! You're moving the fucking box! You fucks! Alright, I'm about to kick you from the game if you don't stop. On a hit, the target takes 1d12 lightning damage. Perfect. On each of your turns for a duration, you can use your action to deal an additional 1d12 to the target automatically. Ooh. When you cast this using a spell slot of 2nd level or higher, oh my god, you're gonna do 3d12 lightning damage per round?
Yeah.
No,
and
it's
roll
only
super
1d12
well.
per round. It's only the initial damage that's upcast.
Oh. Okay.
Oh.
That's not nearly as cool. Oh well.
That's too
You deal 12 points of lightning damage. It's a really bad roll for 3d12, isn't it? A 4, a 5, and a 3. Oof.
I've not been rolling well today.
However, you do damage it. Lightning affects it fully.
Sweet.
Helga, you're going to become a Sea Serpent Slayer if you don't die within the next turn. Alonzo, speaking of a lightning man, you're a lightning guy, right?
Sort of. Let's see. I am 35 feet. Alonzo will raise his shield. The triple lightning bolts on them start to glow. He will fire them off towards the sea serpent and cast Shatter at 3rd level and pump in his harness divine power to maximize the damage.
Alrighty. You are
Shatter.
a 4th level
Shatter.
Storm Cleric and a 1st level Storm Sorcerer, correct?
That's right.
Alright, cool.
Oh, cast at level 3.
Oh
there
my
we go.
What in the actual fuck?
Whoops, I wanted to display it for
What
you.
is this? What spell is this? Booming Blade?
Lightning, 6 lightning, 15 shatter lightning damage. Thunder.
Oh, so I've got Booming Blade on automatically. I guess it does it on everything.
No.
Blade shatter.
Alright,
Oh,
you
there we go.
cast Shatter.
Yeah, and I'm going to use my Channel Divinity to maximize the damage to
Yes,
32.
please link us that too, so that I can look at this all.
Okay.
It's been so long
where is
since I've seen a Storm Cleric, and by so long I mean I've never seen one before.
that's not it. Just... there it is.
Loud ringing noise. Starting at 2nd level, you can use your Channel Divinity to wield the power of the storm with unchecked ferocity. When you roll lightning or thunder damage, you can blah blah blah. Okay, cool.
And I want to smack him on the nose so it doesn't hit the ship.
Okay. You can do that. So
Plan.
3d8 thunder damage. Are you casting this at 3rd level?
Yeah, so it's 4d8, so it's 32 damage.
32 damage of thunder. I check its resistances.
Save versus it's a con save, DC 13 for half.
All right, con save. Easy pass. Wow, that was a natural 19 on the die. Feels good.
Yikes.
So 32 halved is often 18?
60.
16? Cool. It will suffer the full 16 thunder damage as you give it a bopping. It noticed you. It's looking at you. The real question is, can it use its legendary action to...
Come and get me, foul serpent.
No.
He must be working with the pirates.
No.
Not that now. You're lucky you're on my back already.
So, does it have the ship grappled? Can it just, like, use its movement to
constricted, isn't it?
drag? Drag the ship under the ocean?
Oh no.
Oh, no.
I mean, it has to fight all that buoyancy, right?
Yeah, that's true. It is going to use its legendary action known as Tail Slap to, while still wrapped around the whole of the ship, give the cleric who bopped it a bopping of his own for a 30 to hit you.
A 30 will hit me.
Yes, that's
Yes.
another natural 19. Wow.
Oh, plus 11.
For 20 bludgeoning damage as you are bopped
Ouch.
for your hubris.
Okay. Let me just
Are
make
you
a
still
little.
up? You should still be up, right?
Yeah. I'll just make a concentration check.
You should also make me a strength saving throw of DC 19. Because on a failed save, you are knocked prone.
That
Oh,
just
really?
got off the horse.
Yep. I don't know why I didn't display it.
Strength save.
Yes. Oh. Hang on. Oh, ignore that. I'm trying to get the text out here. For whatever
You have to
reason...
re-roll the whole thing
Do I
if
really?
you've updated the... Yeah.
Okay, it's not doing it. I don't know what's going on. But just trust me on that one. A strength save. Unfortunately, you go prone. But you're also riding Paradigm. So how does this work? Do you fall off? Do you get a check to hold on? Give me an animal handling check. That's what I'd
Oh
give
my
a person on a
God.
rider.
I do have mounted combatants.
What does
John,
that do?
Stop.
I don't know. Does it do anything to help me out?
I don't know. What does mounted
He's
combat do?
he's experienced in horses.
Your mount is subject to the effects. Okay, no, it just affects your horse, not you.
Okay.
I think a 14's enough. Paradigm is an intelligent animal, some would say. I think you two
Not
could work
himself.
it out so that you can be prone on his back rather than hitting the deck. The vessel goes. The crew members are null stat blocks. They're gonna fucking shoot this guy. Fight it! They pull out... Apparently they just pull out longbows and start shooting. I hate the null stat block. They are going to grab their crossbows, their anti-boarding weaponry, which just so happens to be a longbow stat block, and shoot this thing. They each get 1 attacks, and there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of them. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That is 1 hit, 2 hit, 2 hits. Cool. For 6 and 9 is often 15.
Good damage.
2 arrows come out of nowhere, and just bop it in the face. All right, Maximo, it's your turn. Your ship has moved closer.
Okay.
You're a hero.
Um,
What do you do?
I'll shout back to Captain Flippers. Make sure to keep our distance so it doesn't grab our ship as well. And if it comes to it, stay near me if our ship goes into the waters.
I have
I'll
a
keep you
swim
safe.
speed. I'll be fine.
Very good. And I will start by using my haste action to make another bow attack.
Let's see.
And I'm going to target the sea serpent.
You target
with my
the sea
oath
serpent.
bow. I will attack with a 14.
A 14 does not clear its AC.
Okay. And then, holding my bow with my left hand, I will reach back towards my quiver, which has, like, there is nothing in the quiver. Every time I've been drawing arrows, they've been magically appearing in my hand every time I reach for an arrow. And this time, I will reach back, and I will pull out a staff from the void of my quiver. For I have, what is it called? A quiver of Alona. Which can just store a lot of things within a lot of compartments, which is really cool. And I will pull out a staff of fire. And I'm going to cast Fireball using 3 of the charges of the staff of fire.
Hang on, I gotta look up what a staff of fucking fire does.
You can use 1 charge to cast Burning Hands, 3 for Fireball, and 4 for Wall of Fire.
Ooh. Alright, you cast Fireball, I guess.
Yeah.
So at 3rd level, or?
Yeah, it's just at its usual level, or its starting level. So Fireball has a range of 150 feet. So I'm going to point it up towards the sails of the party's ship, as well as right in front of the face of the sea serpent. So I'm going to aim it like right here. I would also, try and take out the sails or set them on fire as well.
Understood. You please roll me fireball damage.
Okay. I don't.
Already going down.
I do not have fireball on my character sheet. It is not one of my normal
spells. Go for it. I can do it.
Yeah, we can do it. We can do it.
I think I can just add it.
If you want.
Oh, roll it manually, bro. It's 8d6.
You just roll 8d6.
8d6? Okay.
Yes.
Sure.
Yeah.
And it is a dexterity saving throw. Oh.
Well, it
Not bad.
does not have great dexterity, surprise, surprise. It's going to fail, I believe, the Staff of Fire DC. However, it does have resistance to fire, because it's a water creature, apparently. I'm going to say it's not submerged for the sake of water stacking on that damage, because you're clearly targeting its head, which has been described as being above the waves. If you had fired into the ocean, then, you know, that would where it take place. Guys, I know my mechanics, come on. So it's going to take half of 31, which is 15 points of fire damage. And it has used all of its legendary actions, so it can't do anything else. So, that brings us to Paradigm's turn. If there's nothing else you want to do, Vanderyacht.
Yes, that's all.
Okay, cool. Godchild Paradigm, it's up to you.
Gonna run right over here, and I'm gonna... Do you, John, if I were to throw something after I cast a spell, do you consider throwing things in action?
Can you go back to where you were?
I think you're fucking attack of op my ass.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna.
He's right here next to me.
Yeah, it has a 20-foot reach attack.
Good fucked.
You are all well within its attack range. If you move out, you can do so, I guess.
Isn't its token limit like right here? Like the hit bar?
Oh yeah, that's true.
Oh.
I guess
so we can't actually get out of his range.
Yeah, you actually can't. So if you want to just move, you can. Go for it. I memed on you for no reason. It's really hard for me to see this blue line on a blue map, guys.
I'm gonna go right there.
I feel so sorry, John. I feel so like...
You should. You should feel bad for me, the DM, who's not having
back
fun.
to my question, John.
Yeah, so let's hear it.
Can I throw things after I cast a spell? Is that an action to throw a thing?
Usually, yeah.
Okay, never mind. Alright.
Oh, shit.
Nice.
Oh, wait. Ignore that second one.
You are lightning bolting it. How are you?
Yeah,
oh.
Dex.
With your magical staff, you whisper to it, I need a hero. And
17 DC.
17 dexterity saving throw or suffer 34 lightning damage. Jesus. Passes.
Passes.
No,
or
that is not
fails.
17.
Yeah.
14.
Yeah, it fails. My bad. But it's gonna choose to save instead with its one legendary resistance, just to fuck with you, Alden.
Oh, I expected that as much.
So it's gonna take half of 34, which is 17? I know how to do math. Quick math. As you shoot lightning at it, Paradigm, you know it should have hit. The bolt crackled in air, directly hit its body. But there was this weird magical force. Much like the hit points that you have, this creature has some sort of magical defense against your inherent bullshit. How many staff charges do you have left?
Give me one second.
3 or 4?
13.
What? You
Yeah.
have 17 normally? Oh, no.
20. It starts with 20.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Fuck. This serpent.
I can
That's a
whip
power,
out two
man.
more. I can whip out
That's a
2 more of
power.
those lightning bolts.
Alright. The sea serpent, it is its turn. It gets all of its legendary action back, and then it is going to target the horse.
Yeah.
Alonzo, are you ready to become a hero? Because you're
Yep.
a mounted combatant.
Serve your purpose.
This is what I came here for.
It's going to bite at you, Paradigm, which Alonzo, with his bullshit, can take instead. Does the 23 hit you?
Not after I cast shield.
You can cast shield? What?
Why do you think I took the sword?
Oh my god! You have shield,
Really?
shield of
Great
faith,
job.
and
Great
split
job.
mail +2.
Great job.
And a regular shield.
Synergy.
Holy shit!
23 would have barely hit before.
Alright, it's gonna constrict the boat. Dealing 23 times 2, the boat is dead.
So we're sinking.
Yes.
How long does it take for the boat to sink?
The boat splits in half. I will draw a line showing you where you're gonna get Titanic at.
Cool.
This black line is now the designated marker. Anybody on the right? You guys want to move to the far right as you can to stay above the wakes, or above the waves. And same principle for the left-hand side, because it's going to sink inward like a V. It's going to take a unknown amount of rounds, but you guys are about to sink into the water. Bringing us to Flippers. Sir! Vanderyacht! They're sinking!
Excellent.
All right. Do I maintain the course? I can't really stop this thing.
Keep us clear of the serpent until it is dead.
Alrighty. Oh, hang on. Where's the goddamn fucking... Guys, I hate this stupid map. Just why I'd make it blue. No! Alright. Don't worry, guys. I'll figure this out. There it is. You guys can clearly tell this was a well-thought-out battle. As John moves the boat 75 feet. Not clearing the serpent at all, but being unable to turn fully due to his flipper hands. Antoine, it becomes your turn.
I tell all of everybody to keep firing at that thing, at that monster. And wait a minute, how far are we from the other ship?
Very. By the way, at the start of your boat's turn, I will be needing to make people do dexterity saving throws or begin to fall into the ocean. It's not going to happen on your turn right now, Antoine, but it's coming up. And I'm giving you this warning because the ship was just cracked in half and will begin to sink, so maybe that will affect your movement choices. I didn't want to just watch you stand there then get mad because you didn't move.
Can hard place people. Our only savior is getting onto the other ship, but so I attack the monster here.
Alrighty, you attack the monster. Let's see it. You just gonna firebolt it again?
Yes, I'm looking for it.
You don't have anything else that will hit.
Will that hit?
That will hit, yep. A 17 AC. Alright, you will deal 4 damage to it because it's resistant to fire. Wow, that was a bad 2d10 roll, not gonna lie. Are you gonna move? You do have a railing there as well as the steering wheel.
Not yet.
So, alrighty.
Hiding behind the railing, yep.
Helga, the ship is sinking and it is close to you where the water is beginning to breach the hull, the hold.
I'm gonna take a few steps back to
Okay.
this little, I don't know, there's something there. I'm gonna try and hold on to it.
That's like a supporting beam to like another mast.
Okay, I'm gonna, try and like hold on to that a bit, but I'm gonna keep going with Witch Bolt.
Okay. You deal 1.
Oh no.
1 damage.
Pew pew.
Got any bonus actions or?
Nobody needs any healing, so no.
I mean, Alonso's pretty hurt. If you wanna...
Oh, is he?
Yeah, he
None
took
of
some.
us can see health bars, John.
Wait,
I'm not
really?
sure if I care that much.
I can see
Yeah.
all your health bars.
I don't like
see all the health
Alonso.
bars.
He's so hurt.
I can see my own.
You can't see each other's health
Oh, yeah, I
bars?
can see the health bars now.
I can
It's just
see
I'm
each
looking
other's
it from
health
very
bars.
far away.
Yeah, just zoom in.
Looking it from very far away, you can see.
All I can see is my own.
Okay, well, cry, I guess.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I don't know what to tell you. I'm not gonna go and fix health bars. Do you wish to do anything else, Helga? I'm so sorry.
Nah, I'll leave it for now. We're good.
Okay, cool. Alonso, you just blocked you made the most epic block of your life. As this thing's fangs came to you, all of your magic flared and struck it back. You're a Chad and a hero. What do you want to do?
Alonso's gonna reach towards his shield again and seemingly grab one of his bolts of lightning, take it off, and toss it about 20 feet away from him. As I cast Spiritual Weapon at level 2.
A lightning bolt-shaped weapon appears.
As a bonus action.
Oh, it's not concentration. What the fuck?
Nope. Why can't it do... There you go. No, that's not right.
That is a sacred flame attack, sir. It somehow has lightning attached to it.
Yeah, just ignore the lightning. So the spiritual weapon misses.
All right.
And my action will be I will take the dodge action.
All right, you start dodge actioning. Guys, I have never seen spiritual weapon hit, like, ever, in my entire time watching D&D. I've never seen it hit once. I think it's a curse spell.
There's quite a few that were cast in Deadly Dungeon that did some pretty decent damage. Obviously, you weren't in those parties.
Yeah, Pog, I guess, but... Alright, as you do that, it is going to use its legendary action to... Now that it doesn't have to hold on to the ship, well, I mean, it's just going to tail slap you again, Alonso. Does a 17 hit?
Nope.
Wow, alright. You do not have to suffer 26 bludgeoning damage. No big deal. Bringing us to this boat's turn. Now that everyone knows that the boat is sinking, and I gave everyone the warning about, hey, the boat's sinking, I need everybody on this boat to make me dexterity saving throws, including the null stat blocks, also known as the crew. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Right.
I'm really not good at those.
You have to be good at them, or does the horse?
I don't know.
I think the horse. I'm gonna give you another animal handling check to stay mounted, Alonso.
Nope.
Right. This time you fall off. Alright. Temer, you pass. And it looks like nobody else did. Except for...
None of the crew.
2 gnolls. No, 3 gnolls. It's DC 14. Yeah. So the captain next to Antoine stays. Then this guy... Everyone's basically gonna go prone who fell. So all of you are now prone until the start of your next turn. And you guys will begin slipping towards that gap at a rate of, I think, 15 feet? 20 feet? Because you're not doing, like, the fall in, like, to the void thing. You have, like, a surface or, like, a ramp that is leading you down here. So can everyone please move, we'll just say 15 feet, closer to that black line I drew in your boat. For those who passed, you somehow managed to grab onto something to hold yourself there. Helga, I would have given you advantage for, like, getting next to that thing and describing how you were holding onto it. But a 7's not going to change.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
Yeah.
I think Helga was too beefy for the railing and it broke.
Oh my.
Alright, so this one
Helga's
falls 20 feet. Ah! I can't target this guy. Because the serpent's in the way. He moves 15 feet down the rail. This guy falls 15 feet, hits the stairs. This guy grabs onto this little weird anchoring thing. This guy falls 15 feet. And then this guy failed as well, so now I gotta move the serpent back. I still can't target him because the serpent's so fucking big. The lesser sea serpent, anyway. By the way, guys, did you know that this is the lesser variant? The bigger ones have breath weapons. Maximo, it's your turn.
Yeah. So I would like to first like describe my bow for those of you who are fans of like World of Warcraft. Tyrande has one of these bows that has just like a bunch of like swirling, gnarling like tree branches. I like to imagine that my bow is like that.
Who'd we lose?
Oh, we lost someone.
JC.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
So my bow is like
back.
that, but with a like a squid body right where the arrows get knocked, and then it's a bunch of tentacles. And I'm going to taking that staff of fire and seeing that the ship no longer needs any help slowing down and being destroyed. I will put my staff of fire back in my quiver, and I will lean into my bow. My oath bow, and I will whisper, "Swift death to you who have wronged the sea and scourged it." And my bow, the tentacles will like grow and extend, and like a mouth will open up like on the wooden squid that makes up the bow. And I have used the oath bow to mark my. Oops, that is a link. Nope, I had found an image I really liked. But I copy pasted it, but I just decided to describe it instead. So here is the Oathbow text.
Yes.
So I have sworn that this sea serpent is my sworn enemy for the next 7 days or until it dies. So all of my attacks against it have advantage with the Oathbow, and it takes a shitload of extra damage when I hit it. So I don't think this uses a bonus action or anything.
Nope, it just kind of happens. Yeah.
So my bow has just like grown in fierceness and in size, and I'm just gonna start letting loose on the serpent with 3 attacks.
Okay, let's see it. This is your 5th round of haste, correct?
Yes, this is my 5th
God.
round. So a crit, a 24, and a 20.
All hit.
Okay, so we will start with the crit,
Okay.
which does
11 plus 5.
16 plus 3d6.
Oh my god.
If this attack hits, your sworn enemy takes an extra 3d6 piercing damage. That's just flat. So I'm just gonna roll. Oh wait, I doubled the dice, right? On a crit.
Geez. Yeah.
Oh fuck.
66.
So 66 plus 3d6 on another, and 3d6 on another is 12d6.
John, you
All right,
should've
I'm gonna
decided to
give
be
it
certain
back.
after us.
16 health. Can you just do all of that? Can you just roll all of your damage calculated real
Sure.
quick?
I'll be back in a second.
Oh my god.
Plus, I don't even know what my normal damage is. It's just 1d8 plus 2. Okay, it's plus 2d8 plus 4. Okay.
So does Maximo want these items gift wrap, or can we just hand them over?
Yeah, however you want to send them on over is fine. I'll go ahead and do 79 damage total with
that
all
your
of the. All...
What the fuck?
Was that just
So-
the first attack?
No. That's all 3
Oh,
attacks.
Okay.
Is 79 damage.
I was about to go grab my actual bow and put it
Just
together.
the first.
It was-
Just to feel cool.
That's 12d6 oath damage plus 16 from the crit plus 2d8 plus 4 for the other 2 hits.
Okay.
Piercing.
You pierce it.
Magical piercing.
Your bow opens up this weird maw. It infuses each and every one of your arrows with this tearing force that just fucking goes straight through this body, the beast's body. You rip off scales that are being just falling freely, blood and gore, this weird fishy flesh slapping the deck. One of them hits Helga, another one gets struck, or a knoll gets struck by the other bits. Yeah. Okay, well, it has a new target. Paradigm, it's your turn. You are prone and falling into the ocean.
I'm gonna stand back up. What's that, like half my movement?
Yep.
I'm going to grab Alonzo.
Mm-hmm.
Would it be an action to put him on my back?
No.
I'm gonna put him on my back.
Okay.
I will act like an object so he can interact with me.
Okay.
Oh, it's fucking stupid.
No, you.
I cast Levitate
On yourself?
on myself.
Aren't you, like, super heavy?
John, we've done it before.
Yeah, you're right.
He's not, not 500
Well,
pounds.
with me on it,
Is he?
How much do you weigh?
He's pretty... He's wearing splint mail. Right? That's a lot.
let's see.
You know what? Fuck it.
130
Rule of
pounds or
cool,
so.
We're doing it. You're levitating. We gotta move on. Let's see it.
Cool.
You
I
levitate.
just levitate up.
You're 20 feet in the air now. Alright. You're just 20 feet in the air. Cool.
I don't want. Oh, I don't like deck saves.
Okay. You reach 20 feet in the air. It's now the sea serpent's turn. You no longer have to do deck saves because you're no longer on the boat and you're not in the ocean anymore. So, the sea serpent gets all... Well, I guess at the end of its turn, it's going to use Surge so that it can just leave without taking opportunity attacks, because fuck that. It uses Surge to move towards Alonzo. Hey, buddy.
Hello.
Now it's its turn, so it gets all of its legendary actions back. And it's going to multi-attack you. First with a bite. 15 to hit.
Miss.
And then it's going to constrict you with a 17 to hit.
Miss. 24
Okay.
AC.
Respect.
I'm hasted, so, that's where
Oh
2 of
yeah,
that's
you're
coming from.
hasted. Fuck.
Oh, I'm sorry. I should actually... Oh, wait, no.
You shouldn't. It's
Oh,
fine.
right. I do not have a shield equipped, so I am, in fact,
I don't think a 17 is
much
gonna hit
lower.
you even with that.
Yeah,
though.
no, it's not.
Okay.
I will recalculate.
Cool. That... Guys, it was rolling so well earlier. What happened? Alright. Flippers sees this. This thing was targeting you specifically and not the boat. Because it wanted to kill you. So Flippers is going to pivot. Uh-oh. John fucked up because the sea
Flippers, what are you doing?
Ah, I'm sorry! Suddenly Maximo just panics. Alright. Hoop. Hoop. Alright, there we go.
Make it till you make it! No!
I should have grouped these guys. God damn it. This is hard. And he is going to continue to pilot the ship away 75 feet. Which none of the stream can see. But, stream, I'm sorry. There's a lot going on, stream. Moving out of this range. It does not provoke an attack of opportunity because the boat moved you. You did not move out of your own volition. Which is bullshit and dumb, and I hate it. Fuck mounted combat. Angela, it's your turn. You are holding on to a railing, looking into the ocean, which is currently taking over your ship at an uncomfortable rate.
Do ships have any life vessels, like canoes, or like you go out? Well, you know, you when you go to islands, you know, you have a canoe, dinghies. Thank you. You go dinghies, then you go to the local islands for trade and for offshore and for shore leave and stuff like that.
Let me roll. Because there's maybe a lifeboat on here. But chances are there's not.
Did Knowles care for a lifeboat?
They're not real Knowles, Nick.
I'm sorry.
They're tribal members who I didn't have stat blocks prepared for.
Sorry. That was very rude of me then.
Yeah, what the fuck, man. This is a Mokapunian craft, which means they don't have much in terms of safety precautions. They don't have OSHA yet. They are a tribal kind of crew, and they were kind of expecting to do this like, you know, take these fucks to Tora Turv so that we can go back home. They weren't even questioning what kind of cargo they had. So I'm going to say 17 plus on the D20 that you guys have a dinghy. And I rolled a 6. So it looks like Princess Ine did not think you would need lifeboats.
Of course not.
Didn't care.
Who need such a thing?
I mean,
Yeah,
no,
you
it's
really
a
made her
normal,
like an evil
undangerous
person,
trip.
you know? Gotta tell you. You really made her quite an evil person, like palatable
Kapuni was a
evil.
bad vibe.
Quit complaining about the past and tell me what you're doing in the present.
Alright, going even further, as the ship is just leaving, huh?
You comment to yourself, or are you going to do an action? What are you doing, Timmer?
Alright. I tell the Mokapunians to come to me, to this side, as far as possible. And I... Is that dick away? No, it's too far.
Are you going to try to fireball his ship?
What? Too far. Way too far. Alright. So I just tell the Mokapunians to come on with me. Up. Save. Come on. Safety up here.
Okay.
And yeah, that's it. I help them if I can. If I use a dex check or grabbing or thing I want to. Kind of help these crew members.
Okay. You will begin to assist the crew and not fight the giant sea serpent, who is still very much wanting to kill you. Helga, you're prone, and you are staring at the ocean, which is coming to sink your ship.
Yep. I'm gonna get back up.
Alright, you
and
stand
then
up.
I'm gonna move the 15 feet to get to this pole again.
Okay.
And then it's out of range of my witch bolt, so I'm gonna go with.
No, it's
an
not.
Eldritch.
I promise you it's not out of range.
Oh. Well, I'm gonna. Okay, I already hit it. Can I not hit that then?
Yes, you can roll 1d12 lightning damage.
Okay.
Its head is not its hitbox, I promise you.
Never mind then. We're good. We're good.
4,
Nice.
7. So its blue line starts right there for you, Helga. It's 13 feet away.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I was going to
Tail
its
is near
head.
the boat.
No, you're good. All right, that is Helga's turn. Alonso, you are now 20 feet in the air, riding Paradigm, who is levitating himself statically in the air.
I'll use my movement to get unprone on Paradigm.
Okay.
And
Oh, fuck. I forgot its legendary actions. Oh, well. It's fine. It's fine.
Bring it.
I will. Don't you fucking worry.
I kind of want to let the sea serpent have the pirate, so I'm gonna move my what you call it, spiritual weapon a little closer.
Okay.
And why can't I select it? Oh, there we go. So 20 feet. and bop him.
All right, you bop it. It has to go under the ocean to do this, but you can do it.
Oh, does it?
Yeah.
Because it can only move 20 feet, the spiritual weapon.
You can
Oh,
move
right,
it
hitbox.
under the water.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
He's
Okay.
jobbing it.
Okay, then hit.
10 does not hit, no. For 6
and,
lightning damage.
In case he decides to tail swipe us, I'm going to take the dodge action again.
Okay, cool. Now it's going to use its legendary action that it wanted to, and it is going to... Does it want to slap your boat and sink you or kill you outright, you fucking shitter? I think it still just wants to kill you outright. Let me check its range. I think you are well within it still. No, you're not. Alright. So it is going to surge forward again during this turn, and on the boat's action, it will then tail swipe you, but we're just going to do that right now instead. How does that sound, Nick?
That sounds lovely.
Okay, cool.
It's burst through the boat.
It bursted through the boat. My bad. So it's going to tail swipe you. Bop! For 21.
I calculated my AC, and it is in fact 21.
Yes! It's going to bop you for 24 bludgeoning damage, and I need you to make me a DC 19 strength saving throw.
All right, I will subtract 15 of that from my temporary hit points from my
Your thing.
my guardian armor.
Yeah.
So 9 of that.
I watched
soaks through.
Was that Alden realizing what class this guy was? Oh. Alden's
And
not
then I need to
talking
make a what
anymore.
save?
A DC 19 strength saving throw.
Oh, strength saving throw.
Yes.
Okay.
All right, you get
All
knocked
right.
prone. Hell yeah.
Let's see here. Hang on. I might have a thing.
I don't think you have a
That no, I can't make up 7.
thing.
Okay. I am prone.
That was its legendary actions along with this boat's turn. But we just wanted to get those out of the way. So, crew people who aren't falling need to make that deck save again as the ocean water begins to rise up. Going in sections of 15. I guess it's just Temmer and Helga who need to make the save or go into the water. We're going to do the 3 gnolls down here who are beginning to drown. 1, 2, 3. So 2 will drown. This guy will get... Oh, he will grow 15 feet long, apparently. Whoops. And he will use his movement to get to there. Helga, let's see that deck save. Oh no. Helga, you go into the water and begin to sink with the boat. These two
Pause for technical.
will also begin to sink into the boat. Or into... What's it called when the... So when a boat goes down, it drags people with it, right? With the ocean being displaced, or the water being displaced.
Form of suction.
What's that called?
Swell.
A swell.
That's usually right when it goes underneath, though, not while it's just sinking.
A swell is the burst of current that follows something going into the water.
Okay.
It's like that motion.
Paradigm, you're in the Navy. If a boat was to be cracked in half, Titanic style, would Helga just go down with it and get sucked into the ocean? And then just
no, not immediately.
die?
The hole would have to fill with water first.
Okay. What if it's already...
If you're on the deck, you're safe from that.
Okay, cool. And we don't have to worry about that just yet. Drowning will come later, I suppose. Tamer, you also failed. You could not maintain your grip and fall 15 feet. And then these guys who are in that sweet spot area will also make deck saves. One of which will pass, and everyone else is kind of just getting fucking thrown about. Oof. This guy falls. This guy passed, so this guy is fine, and then this guy goes underwater too. Okay. 3 crew members are drowning with Helga. And then 4 are next to Temer, who are still alive, as it becomes Maximo Vandriot's turn, who is now prone. He can stand up.
Yeah, I will stand up, and I'm just going to start walking away from the serpent.
Yeah.
I think I have 15 feet of movement left after standing up.
Indeed.
Um,
Flippers
but-
is setting to ram as well.
Yeah, and I think I'll use my haste action to dash, because even though its attack range is 20 feet, as long as I'm 5 feet away from it, I can make ranged attacks without disadvantage, right?
Yes. You would have to get onto where the sail is to do that, though.
Oh, I would?
Yeah, I'm
Oh,
telling
this is
you
not
it's
far
hitbox.
enough. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, then I will use my haste action to dash and head to right here,
All right.
provoking an attack of opportunity.
Okay, if you want to. You didn't have to.
Yeah, I do want to.
Oh. Okay, it's gonna... Can it just choose to... It's gonna constrict you. With a 23.
Oh shit, that'll hit.
Yeah, well... You suffer 26 points of damage unless you can block.
Yeah. I don't think I can.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well then, you come back to here, and its weird tendril that pops out of its body, which helps it maneuver underwater, wraps around you, constricting you for 26 bludgeoning damage, and you are grappled with an escape of DC 21 until this grapple ends. You're restrained, blah, blah, blah.
Okay. You know what? I think I'm just gonna start firing at it.
Alright.
Despite being
so.
grappled. So I have
normal.
my advantage and disadvantage cancel out, so 2 attacks at normal. A 16 and a 14 will miss.
Yes, they will. Okay. Paradigm. You're 20 feet away. Or 20 feet in the air.
I was gonna say. I don't really need to do anything right now.
Yeah? You're just gonna hang out in the air? Just chill?
Yeah, just gonna chill for a minute.
Just hang out? Not help Helga? Who's drowning?
What do you want me to do?
I don't fucking know. Do you want to do anything? That's what I'm asking.
Levitate's concentration.
Okay. You do nothing. The sea serpent's turn comes around. It gets all of its legendary actions back, since that is how legendary actions work. And it's just going to bite at advantage against the man trying to kill it. Does the 23 hit you?
Yeah.
For 23.
Oof.
And then it's going to constrict you, which you are doing already, for a 24. You grunt and groan. Are you down yet?
No.
Not even
Like
fucking
half.
close?
I'm at half HP.
Oh my god. The chat can't see, but guys, this isn't even... Level 15 PCs.
Oh no, the pirate is getting killed. We
Oh,
should
no.
totally help.
Is he really a pirate as Flippers sets
all we know.
to ram speed? So
Get him,
he can't-
Flippers.
He can't turn the boat out of the way of where this thing left, so he's just gonna go for it.
He sets the sail speed to 50 knots. Because that's something he can do.
Apparently, this boat is just going full speed all the time anyway. Maybe it's a magical boat, maybe it's a mechanical boat, and he's just a really proficient captain.
There's just a ton of penguins below deck just paddling and rowing and rowing and rowing.
He rows. Don't worry, Maximo, my old chum, I'll save you! He makes an attack roll. That is manual, because I don't have boat stuff, but he rolled a natural 19 on the die. So he's gonna hit the AC regardless of modifiers. How much damage should a boat do, guys?
How much health does it have? Base it off
It
its
should
health
do
like
that.
Oh!
its weight.
Yeah, let's go look at this.
Well, I mean, it would be based off of how much the boat weighs.
Yes.
Not
This
the sea
boat-
serpent can be killed easily once he eats the pirate.
This
I
boat
think
is
that
a
it's
Running
really
sports
do-
boat.
into each other does some real damage. It's
What's
pretty
up, Helga?
funny to see.
I think it should do exactly the amount of damage that would kill the serpent. That's what should happen.
Alright, Helga, can you roll me 8d12. Yeah, just 8d12.
There goes your boat too.
56! Holy shit!
Oh, nice.
Did
Look at
you
all those
roll
10s.
better for this fucking d12 than you did for the d20s?
Can she
I
come?
think I did.
Almost.
Guys, can we have Captain Flipper?
Please, can we have Captain Flipper?
Captain Flippers apparently deploys a battering ram from the prow of his vessel and fucking bludgeons this thing in the neck, hitting it in the heart, breaking its ribs, and cracking its cartilage as this thing instantaneously dies and begins to sink, dragging Vanderhelm into the ocean for 1 round, because fuck Vanderhelm.
Vander Yacht.
Vander
Lord
Yacht.
Vander Yacht.
Vanderhelm's my father. As I will set this to the GM layer, as it just begins to sink. It can't, yeah, it's dead. Antoine, it's your turn. Or is combat over, guys? And now we're in the second part of our encounter, called the survival situation.
I mean, we can just let him sink.
Why not?
Okay.
Well, we kind of need to get on his boat first.
Yeah.
So
Helga's
Could I take my
charismatic. She
rope
can
and
convince
lash
this
my-
Flipper.
I
I'm
think
sorry?
I can do it.
Can we let Antoine take his turn?
could I lash myself to my crewmates? Could I take out my rope and
Yeah.
tie ourselves together?
You can stand up, grab your rope, deploy it, and throw it to all of your fellow Mokapunians except the ones who are drowning.
How many?
There are 4 around you.
Okay.
Do you want to lash it
lash
to a
together?
solid object so that you don't all just sink and die together now?
Pardon? Like, why would we lash ourselves to the ship?
Because
that's
if
sinking,
one
right?
person
The ship is
suddenly falls, won't you just all fall anyway?
Yes. That
Hold
is
on, hold on,
physics.
hold on. If we are lashed together,
Yep.
then you know
You're now
one
all
of us
tied
falls, then
together.
we're all. Yeah, then we're all.
You now
staying
suddenly
on, right?
you will have dead weight. A saving throw will have to be made on top of the one that you are trying not to fall into the ocean with.
Well, since we're all lashed together, it should be like straight against all of our rolls. How would you calculate?
You
that?
know, when you are climbing up a cliff face, I know you do this in real life all the time because your life is so exciting, Temmer. But if you are like climbing up Mount Everest like you did last year with my now dead brother Bob, Bob, you know, he slips and is now going to drag you to your death. And of course, you cut Bob off because, like, you don't want to die and he's gonna fucking kill you. So you cut him off. It's gonna be the same exact principle, except instead of Bob dying, my brother, who I loved, it will be you in a RPG game.
That's so convoluted. Just mechanically lay it out for me. Someone
Mechanically, you are
falls.
tying yourself
We-
together. If one person fails their deck save, they will have to make a...
Yeah.
The people attached to him will have to make an additional save not to be dragged down into the ocean with him.
All right, good. Sounds good.
Okay. We're gonna get everybody killed. Alright, everyone... You know what? Some of the crew members are like, nah, we're just gonna go hold on here. The captain ties himself to you, though, because he's ready to go down with the ship at all times. Helga, you're underwater, sinking with the deck.
Yeah, can I swim?
Can you swim?
I mean, yeah, I think so.
Sure. You don't have a
Does-
swim speed, but
does-
you can swim.
Does Tolst have any public pools?
Yes, they
Were
have
there any
public
in college?
pools.
It has
Yeah,
beaches.
I definitely learned how how to swim.
For the purposes of swimming, it is just difficult terrain if you do not have a swim speed.
Oh, so that's half of my speed?
Yeah.
Okay, so I get to the part that's not underwater.
Alright, you swim and clamber up.
And then I look up at Paradigm and Alonzo and I just yell, "Do you guys have any rope?"
They stare back at you in silence.
I'll take that as a no. And I think that's all I can do.
You want to take the dash action maybe to move a bit further?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that.
Because this entire section's about to be gonna go underwater.
The entire section.
Up to here, yeah.
Onto the railing. I don't think I can get further. Wait.
You have a dash!
Here.
There you go.
There. I'm holding onto the railing.
Alright, I'll give you advantage on your next saving throw. Alonzo, you're in the air. You just watched the sea serpent get rammed. The boat that was doing the stick maneuver has now come to a stop through a force that it just absorbed and killed.
Does Paradigm have any rope on him?
No.
No?
I lost all my shit when we right before the leech man, remember?
Oh, right.
You guys never resupplied!
Guys,
Then we
have
lost
rigging.
even more shit when we landed in the ocean when Tristan Darter teleported us to Mokapuni.
Okay, I don't have any rope
You have
either.
rigging. You have plenty of rigging.
Okay, Alonzo will take off his anti-wind chill cloak and kind of hold it down, hoping Helga can grab it.
There's now this, 5 feet of cloth Helga will have to jump 15 feet to get, so that she... the levitate spell will break anyway.
Paradigm, my good friend. I think we need to be a little lower to help out Helga. Yeah.
No, don't worry about it.
And that's my
Paradigm
turn.
makes you guys go higher in the air. Alright, the boat begins to sink. I need all the gnolls to make saving throws, as well as Helga at advantage and Temer at advantage.
I'm in pain.
Helga passes, holding on tightly. Your feet go out from under you, but you're affixed to the railing. Also, Temer passes as well, so now all 4 will be at advantage as well. They had time to grab onto stuff. Not that it fucking matters.
One guy dies.
One guy, whoa, the Captain Wilhelm screams and will drag Antoine with him. Antoine, make me a strength saving throw, because this guy attached himself to you.
Is the illusion of the captain just descending with the ship?
Yeah,
pretending to steer?
He's still concentrating on the illusion.
I still have that gun.
12 should be fine. Antoine, you cut him loose like you did in real life to my brother Bob, so that he can drown alone.
Why did I do that?
Otherwise, you're
Why
gonna
did I do
get
that?
dragged into the ocean. Do you want to do that? You want to go into the ocean?
Why would I cut him loose?
All right, Antoine
Hold
falls
on,
with
hold
him
on,
into the water,
Hold on.
into the surf.
Hold on.
Yeah. I'm waiting.
I would.
Ah!
Yes, come to the
If-
dark
if I
side
make
of
it-
wizards.
The reason we lash each other so we'd be able to support each other.
Yeah, he failed to support you though, and you failed to support him, so now you both go into the water.
I never failed to support him. I got a 12.
Yeah. Sure.
What?
All right.
Is that a failure?
Yeah, that's a failure. 12 ain't good enough, Chief. Dragged by the neck by Bob, the captain. My flat
Well,
DCs are
then.
mostly 14s. Anyway,
I let him fall then.
alright, you go back. Bob says, "How could you betray me? I thought you were my kinsman!" He shouts.
Yes, turn
I
into
don't have the heart.
paradigm.
Alright,
I
Maximo.
misty step.
You... Hang on, it's not your turn. Maximo.
He's
Yes.
screaming at me. He's like, no.
guys.
So the last we saw Maximo, the serpent had started to descend with him in its maw. So Maximo, under the water, will begin to just pry the teeth open and release himself from the clutches of the serpent. And it's here that we become really crystal clear on what class Maximo is. He is going to press a button on like the side of his armor.
Yeah.
And as an armor artificer, he has attuned to his armor, which in fact is Mariner's armor. So I have a swim speed of my normal movement speed underwater.
Stay mad, Alden.
I'm gonna go ahead and cast Longstrider.
Okay.
So I will increase my movement speed, and I will
Do you
use
have
my
a swim speed naturally?
Yes, and I'm increasing that to 40.
Okay, so you can speak underwater to do the verbal component.
Do I need to be able to
Yes.
speak underwater?
You need to be able to speak underwater. Otherwise, you cannot make the words of power. Guys, do not be a spellcaster and don't go under the ocean. You won't like it.
Yeah, I don't think I actually have the ability to do that.
Then I guess you just go up to the surface.
Yeah, I was wondering if with my haste action I can use dash, because what I'd really like to do, and as I push that button, there's like these little fins that like spit out of the armor to allow me to just like swim really fast through the water.
Did you
I would
make
really
concentration set checks for...
Oh no, I didn't. I need
Can you
to
do like 4 of those real quick?
Well, remember, John, I can't fail concentration checks.
Fuck off!
Yeah.
I literally can't. I have +9 to my con saves.
in my game.
Concentration checks are half the damage if that's higher than 20.
That's true.
Ooh.
So you've had a couple that were 12s and 13s,
Yeah.
I think.
23,
let's go back through
21,
here.
26. Let's see it. Just, you know what? Just do it. Just roll it. Just
Okay.
roll 4. If you
One.
roll a 1 or a 2 or 3, we'll worry about it then.
Okay, 17, a 12,
That might be a failure.
and a 21.
Alright, so the third attack you suffered.
Okay, it doesn't matter
It doesn't
because I
matter,
have
you-
Mind Sharpener as an infusion. I can automatically
Sure!
succeed on con saves.
Fuck it! Guys, don't you
You
love
can't have
Artificer?
Mind Sharpener on a magical armor.
That's why I wanted to be one.
Armorers at level... Let's see,
Armors are my
here.
favorite.
Oh
Let me-
shit, JC,
let me-
you're
let me
getting
link
blown
this
the
for
fuck
you.
out!
I got you, hang on.
No, I just built one. You can't infuse a magical item. You have to
Yeah, you
infuse a
can't.
non-magical item.
If it's a
No.
magic item that you have as one of your infusions, then yes, you can. Because you can infuse your armor, you can infuse each piece of the armor.
Yes.
Oh,
But each
wait,
piece is a
hang
non-magical
on.
piece. But
Each
it
piece
doesn't
is a
matter. It doesn't
separate
matter.
piece.
Yeah, so there's, I have, I can't find which ability. I have too many things on this character
Oh.
sheet. But yeah, I can infuse the body of the armor. I can infuse the helmet, the boots, and
Yes, but what I'm saying is to use an infusion, it has to be on a non-magical item.
this
You can't
ignore-
infuse a magical item.
The armor's not considered a magical item.
Yeah, for the purposes of this, my
It's a
armor
mariner's
ignores that. But as an artificer at this level, I ignore that for my armor. I ignore
Right.
that property
Oh,
of
okay.
infusions.
I'm an artificer in another campaign of an armorer, and man, it's the most fun thing in the world.
Yeah, so I have an infusion of Mind Sharpener on my helmet. I have enhanced weapon on my gloves. I have enhanced defense on the body.
I can't believe I was right. Fuck you, John.
Mhm. Yep.
I saw
So-
you curse in silence, Alden, and I'm like, oh, he knows.
John,
Yeah.
I knew when he had the quiver.
Oh, okay. Well, fuck off then. Guys,
Yeah.
Maximo breaks
so-
the surface, I suppose.
So yeah, I'm going to just start swimming, and I will use the dash action. And what I would like to do, if you'll allow it, John, is I would like to just with my super fast swim speed is just breach out of the water and just land on the lower deck of the ship.
You want to become a dolphin? Give me a dolphin
Yes.
check.
Okay.
What's a dolphin check?
Water world.
Athletics, acrobatics.
Yeah, athletics or
Probably-
acrobatics?
I think it's athletics would be appropriate
Oh
here,
my
and
God.
that's a natural 20. So I will just like breach out of the water, just land on the deck, just water just splashing all over the deck. My head turned down, bow in my hand, and I'll just turn to Captain Flippers and say, "You're getting a promotion."
Understood, sir! He salutes you with a flipper. And will immediately rip off his lieutenant's lapel and go full captain. Guys, should we take a small break as we end combat? Question mark?
Big question mark.
Alright, let's take a short break. Guys, we'll be back here in a second with more City-States of Klovisa, ; dash Agabla.
I like.
Guys, we are back with our last hour of City States of Klovisa, _ God War. Has battle ended? Are we out of initiative?
We can't move.
And we're out of range. We're just watching everything at this point.
I think
mean-
I think I can set the tone wrapping up my turn. I think I will like shake off my bow and get all that excess water off, take a few steps forward, scanning out over the decimated ship. And I will as a last thing use a bonus action to use my guardian armor, which basically refreshes itself and provides an extra protective coat.
Fuck
and I will
off.
pick up 15 temporary hit
Fuck
points.
off with your artificer bullshit. You're now level 1 fighter. As combat ends, Flippers shouts out to everyone, now a true captain and no longer a lieutenant because he's been promoted and now can make actions for himself. His squawkish cry, as it were, screams at you all, screeches at you all. Can you return the magical items now? Please?
Come closer. Can't hear you.
What is he saying?
Oof. He will pilot the ship closer towards Temer's side. I have taken us off the battle map because it was jank, and I mean I can bring us to it in a meeting if we really want to do that. But the boat is there. You can hear Flippers' communication. You see this bow wielder with his stupid artificer bullshit that is non-canon.
Sorry, John. I had to take off my earphones because somebody was talking to me here. He was saying he was asking for the magical items, and
Flippers
what
wants
after
you
that?
to return the gear that you stole.
Okay, he specifically says he's here to return them from the people we stole them from.
Yes,
Okay.
I think. Flippers.
No, I'm
want-
asking if we know what they are, or if we think there's, or if Alonso still thinks he's a pirate trying to rob us.
Flippers has said that he wants you to return the magical items you stole.
Okay.
He continues to
Only
cry
talk.
as a bird man.
We'll only talk when we're safe out of the water.
Well, you'll
Save
only be
us.
safe when you give up the magical shit you stole!
We can still fireball your ship, Al. We'll all die. You're not
I
leaving us
have
in
a
the
swim
ocean here.
speed! He laughs at you.
We're not gonna die in the ocean. You're leaving us to die. Sorry,
If-
pal.
You stole from us! It's our
You're leaving
stuff!
us to die. You're saving us first.
Paradigm will probably feel Alonso kind of slump a little bit, and then he'll straighten up and say, I accept your terms. We never should have taken these in the first place. I don't think I can take off the armor right here, though, my good man. Let me on your ship, and it shall be yours.
You're in the middle of the air! The Mokapunians are beginning to swim over. The captain, who was drowning, with probably next to Helga at this point, as the ship continues to slump down, will
Could I
call
levitate
out
the
to you
captain?
guys. You all stole magical items? Do you
Could I
know how...
levitate the captain?
Oh, yeah. You
He's drowning. I don't want to. I don't want him to die.
Everyone's drowning at this point, Schwa. They're beginning to
I
make
thought you said-
their way to Flippers' ship. Because they have no problem with returning things, because they never stole anything.
Oh, fair. We go over then. Yeah, I go over too.
Alright, you begin to swim over Antoine. Paradigm and Alonso are still hovering in the air. Helga, what about
Can't
you?
move.
I'm gonna. Am I like fully in the water now, or is there still a little bit of ship that I'm standing in?
There is a little bit of front mast which you can cling on to, but it will quickly go away. I'm sure there's driftwood. I mean, the ship was splintered in half and then sort of erupted. So I mean, you
Okay.
can cling on to driftwood for a little while if you want, but that won't last forever.
Yeah. I'm gonna try and sneakily slip the ring off my finger and put it in my pocket.
Okay.
And I guess I'm gonna wait until I'm asked about it.
Okay.
And I'll cling to some driftwood for now.
Okay. You cling to some driftwood for now, pulling the ring off your finger and pocketing it in the open ocean. Okay.
John, as a storm sorcerer, or rather a tempest, whatever, cleric, I've got gust of wind. If I cast it, could I have it propel us towards the boat?
Can you click
Like it
levitate
shoots.
again?
Okay.
Can I resist this?
I'll click.
I
a
don't
gust of
know
wind.
if levitate can work like that, is the thing. Oh,
Well, levitate, you can move yourself along if you're touching like a ceiling. So I'm wondering if
Okay.
the blast from gust of wind would push us along.
the target can move only by pushing or pulling against a fixed object or surface within reach. So no.
Oh, okay.
Environmental factors will not happen, and that's probably a good thing because we don't want people to like, John, how windy is it? And then levitate themselves and then just, get yeeted to wherever the hell.
Fair
If that
enough.
were the case, Antoine would have died in the airship incident.
Yeah.
Airship incident?
You know, when it turned upside down.
It
You know,
doesn't
the
matter.
faulty maintenance.
He didn't do levitate at that time.
So, Maximo, the crew members you were shooting at earlier are slowly swimming to the ship. These sailors who have probably been caught up in stuff that... How merciful are you feeling here? Is my question.
I shout down to the sailors who are waiting in the water beneath the ship, and I say, "No quarter will be offered until the items are returned."
Oh,
How can
what
we
a
do that?
surprise.
How can we even do that? Like, how is this mechanically possible? Like, dude, you have to meet us halfway here. Halfway.
I can't move while I'm in the air. Nor can I swim
can't-
without drowning.
I thought horses were buoyant.
Horses can swim.
Paradigm can't.
Okay.
Who of you all have like swam up to or floated up to our ship, or is it just the
The
sailors?
Mokapuni crew. The Mokapuni crew.
Yeah, they receive my words probably with shock and awe, and just look at all of you waiting in the water.
Yeah, Paradigm can't swim.
He
Yeah,
was
I
a landlocked homunculus. It makes sense. Grew up in a wasteland.
I was like, goddamn jockey. Horse.
A demand has been made. The crew members are kind of hanging out. Your ship, or Captain Flipper's ship, had all of its momentum killed when it rammed into the sea serpent, and currently is not going anywhere, despite it not being anchored at all. And you're still within sea serpent territory, even though you found a lesser one and you killed it. Time is not on everybody's side here. So
We'll
how
be
do we
leaving
wanna-
in 2 minutes.
Oh, shit.
Like, I'm climbing on. Am I being pushed off? Like,
Unless
I-
the boat comes down over my way, I can't float down onto it.
there's a mechanical problem of us not, like,
Sure,
in the water.
sure,
We can't
sure.
physically even get you items.
So I will.
Here's a
I
bucket and a
will-
rope. Please deposit magical items here.
So I think I will swap out from haste, and I know this will narratively,
Yeah,
or,
you're
or
stunned
I guess
for like
mechanically
6
take a couple
seconds.
rounds, but I will switch over to fly.
Oh. What? How many spell slots do artificers get? Like,
I right now have 11 plus my class spells, plus a couple of my feats grant me a couple other spells.
Fuck.
So John, how well can he fly?
Well, he's a level 15 character. He would have done this for a little while. All right, Apollo Nick, you've never seen or heard me narrate how the fly spell truly takes off.
Morrowind.
As you cast fly on yourself, you are unsurprised as your feet and your legs are swept out from under you. You bang your head for non-mechanical damage in terms of HP on the deck of the vessel, and then you take off into the air upside down. You can sort of slingshot yourself around, but it's like super wonky and non-reliable. But you may do this. This is not controlled Superman
Are you
flying.
fucking kidding me, John?
No,
Is this
I'm
real?
not. This is super real.
Yeah, this makes my really badass looking
Yes,
bounty hunter
it
look
sure
like
does.
a fucking idiot.
I'm just gonna turn to Alonso. Is this the same guy?
Bang! Just fucking starts hitting.
I guess
Even
everybody has an
poorly.
off day.
Even
Right,
Corlin flew better than this.
So I no longer have legs and feet, but I have my arms still.
Yeah.
Okay.
You
I
are
just-
flying. Just it looks stupid as hell.
Okay. I've been like trying to keep an arrow like knocked in my bow and like pointed at you all threateningly. And eventually we'll make my way over to the closest one of the party members
I
and
suppose
just
that would be Antoine who swam with his fellow Mokapunians.
actually I'm sorry. Let me I want to retcon that. I will stow my bow and arrow. I will
Are you
find
sure?
a way to shove them in the quiver so they
Point
just
it up and shoot
disappear.
yourself.
But I will like click my hands together like simultaneously 3 times, and then these like little jagged fins will kind of poke out of the knuckle.
Okay, Dorothy.
And it'll be like kind of another weapon that the armors is.
Yeah, alright,
capable,
Artificer
so.
Thunder Fists.
Yes, Thunder
Oh
Fist
man,
is
the
in fact
Artificer
mechanically
player's
what they are.
getting mad, guys. Look at him. Look at all them getting mad.
And so I will fly over to you very clumsily and unceremoniously, Anchois, and say, "The item which you stole," and I'll hand out. I'll extend a hand.
He's just oscillating around you, Antoine, staying within that 5-foot square.
Is he upside down still?
Yeah. How else would he reach him
Give him
without
my
hitting the
sig-
water? I'm sorry.
I give him my signet ring.
Your signet ring or your ring of air elemental command?
Well, you heard what he said.
Okay.
I will cast Detect Magic.
You
See,
don't
John,
even need
this is
to.
why this is why I don't like you.
You don't like me. Oh no, he's gonna cry. John
He
is gonna
immediately
cry.
falls into the ocean because Detect Magic is also concentration. As
He
is
doesn't
fly.
even need to cast Detect Magic. A signet ring looks nothing like a magical item. It is a symbol meant to stamp letters and ink. It's a show of
Fine.
one's birth. Antoine.
If that doesn't confuse him, which it clearly does not. It sounded like he did, though, a bit, but no. Alright, my ring of air elemental. Give it to him. I'm like,
Alright.
and I
This-
do it kind of like a, friendly face, like a
Of
real.
course. Like, yeah, don't you hate it when you, like, get caught for stealing? The Ring of Air Elemental Command is a beautiful platinum ring with gold filament that wraps all around it. This is clearly a magical item, or one that could be one, without, proper testing.
And who was struggling? Was that you, Alonso, or was that Paradigm that was struggling, floating around in the air?
That's Hel. Oh, well, Helga's in the water. Paradigm's just floating in the air, and Alonso's just on Paradigm, so we're fine. Helga's probably the next.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I thought you weren't like able to move at all.
No,
we just can't move
we're
because
just
of levitation.
Okay, then I will come over to Paradigm. You were the one that is levitated, right? And Alonso's riding you.
Yes.
So I will pocket the ring, literally just shove it in my quiver. Also, I'm upside down, so somehow I just like drop the ring and it just gets kind of sucked in, vacuum style, into
I don't
the
even
quiver.
know what item you're referring to. Is this
This
like...
is the quiver of Elona.
Oh,
I can link the
no,
text
I found
here.
it. As soon as I
It
put
has-
quiver of, it came up.
Yeah, it has like three compartments.
Okay.
So I will fly over to the two of you and extend my hands. Oh, I see. You are wearing the armor.
Yes, I would love to give you it piece by piece, but it will take about 10 minutes, and I believe we will fall into the ocean beforehand. Can you put me on your ship, and I will start taking it off right away, on my honor.
As long as I receive the rest of the items, you all will be allowed on the ship. You, sir, beast,
Yes.
man.
You may call him horse.
I believe you had a staff.
I look at my staff.
It's beautiful.
What about it?
You will return it.
We took a vote, guys.
So mad.
Antoine didn't answer.
I'm on a separate. I'm a separate section.
No,
pal.
no, not that.
He senses your hesitation and begins to clench his fist.
I wall of force him.
All
And I
right,
wrap
we
it
need
around
to...
him and I close him in a box.
We need to
I-
roll for initiative if you begin to cast a spell.
Well, here, let me make this super easy. One of my features
Oh my god.
is
What the
Mage Slayer. I use a reaction to attack you as you begin casting the spell.
Okay.
No, we need a roll for initiative. I'm sorry.
Okay, sure.
Whenever
Exclamation
points.
So I won't forget it.
That flare. Whew.
I'm
I
sorry.
have my
How do you have
character sheet all
mage?
marked
How
up
many
with,
feats
like-
do you have? What the fuck?
Well, let's see. I got one at level 4, level 8, level 12, and I'm a
Okay.
variant human.
Oh my god. Guys, don't you love variant humans?
Here we go.
Normally.
Remember, this is why I wanted you to vote in our chat.
Let's bust out not Rembrandt or Coraline, but Alonzo, if he wants to roll in. He might have to. Not to sink and drown. Followed by Paradigm.
7.
Okay. So, I'm going to bust out the turn order. So if you all can click your tokens and roll for initiative. Oh, Antwal's rolling in too. Okay.
Of course, my party members have rolled for initiative. I have to.
Helga, do you want to roll in?
I guess I'll join in on that as well.
All right. Helga is close next to the water. I guess combat's starting, boys.
Oh boy.
Oh, boy.
Oh my god. What the fuck?
I'm sorry, I forgot to click on my token.
Just re-roll it, then manually change your initiative. Followed.
Sure, I definitely know how to do that.
You
As long as you get more than 7, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
I mean, he's in that box for 10 minutes.
Yeah, I'll just keep 15, that's fine.
Okay. Where is Antwal?
It's actually a sphere.
Oh, is it?
I need to make sure.
Where are you, Helga? We'll set you to 20.1. Antwal,
Also-
can you re-roll your initiative now that I
Clickable.
gave you a token so that you can edit it?
Come on.
Staff's tapped, guys. We gotta go.
And then
I
we...
can't click myself.
Why not? Are you
You're on
using
the,
your
you're on the
measurement
board,
tool?
you have to click on the arrow.
And then Flippers will roll
Thank
for
you.
initiative.
Scared me.
Guys, don't hit Flipper.
We gotta. Flipper
You're
is too much-
traitors! You have no honor!
We were never with you.
You're a bastard betrayer! Flippers is the only NPC that has a name. Does his name come up? No. Shit. Hang on. Can we see? Show the nameplate, bro. Can you see it now? Save settings. There he is.
Oh, yeah.
He's had this nameplate the entire time. Okay. We roll for initiative and must go quick. So! Flippers, just roll. Okay, 3 is fine.
Flippers. Oh no, flippers.
Don't worry, he has heat metal.
Ram them with the boat! Flippers, get them!
Paradigm! You have your staff of power. You look at this guy who is claiming that it is his, or he is returning it. And then you, in your greed and lust for power, cast.
Nope. Oh, sorry. Thought I did before.
As John changes the music. Christ, we have half an hour.
I would like to use my reaction to attack with Mage Slayer.
You are a mage slayer, so you may do that. Are you also a war mage to cast a spell at him?
No, unfortunately not.
He's just gonna Thunder Fist me.
Yes, I'm going to Thunder Fist, which is not set up as an attack on here.
And
so
you-
I just make...
I'm sorry, are you trying to box him in the air?
Yeah.
Okay.
So Thunder Fist, I think I just make a spell attack. Thunder Gauntlets.
It's a D8 plus your intelligence, strength, or dex, whichever is higher.
I
Yeah.
think it's an attack.
And to hit is the same stat, so whichever of the 3 are higher.
Okay. I'll just roll, I think, Frostbite. Oh no, that's a
Oh, you also
spell
get your
save.
proficiency.
Yeah. Okay. I'll just...
1d20 plus int plus proficiency to hit his AC of whatever.
Well,
There's also a lot.
Oh my god.
He rolled a natural 1 to hit anyway.
Yes.
Oh, nice.
And it looks like
boys.
an
that's
invisible
my
wall of
reaction.
force springs into existence at a point you choose within range. The wall appears in any orientation you choose. As a horizontal or vertical barrier at an angle. It can be free-floating or resting on a solid surface. You can form it in a hemispherical dome, or form it into a hemispherical dome, or a sphere with a radius of up to 10 feet. And you can shape a flat surface oh my god, dude. Why did I give you this fucking spell?
just read the part
Yeah,
that
I
says
don't know
the
why you gave
sphere.
me the staff.
Okay.
It also extends into the ethereal plane.
Nice. Nothing can physically pass through the wall. It is immune to all damage and can't be dispelled by dispel magic.
Oh my god.
A disintegrate spell destroys the wall instantly. However, the wall also extends into the ethereal plane, blocking ethereal travel through the wall. Okay.
This is...
You are
This is
boxed,
intense.
sir, within
I
a
am.
10-foot dome, which, since you are right next to Paradigm, will hit Paradigm. So, yeah. It's a 10-foot by 10-foot.
Me.
No, you hit yourself. He's right next to you.
Yeah. How does it hit me? Does it just knock me off kilter?
I'm gonna show you this radius. Oh, Christ.
No. I get that. I'm asking
Yeah.
what it does.
Well, it's gonna, I assume, break levitate.
Well, I mean but they're both concentration, so it already broke when I cast it.
Oh, okay. Then you fall into the ocean no matter what.
Yeah, I knew that was gonna happen.
Oh, cool. I didn't know this was concentration. So, Mr. Boy, you are boxed. I don't know how to... Well, I mean, I guess I can set it to, like, a 10-mile radius. Okay, cool. You are now bubbled, trapped within a sphere? Yeah, a sphere of force, Mr. Artificer. Paradigm, you go into the ocean, followed by Alonzo, who also goes into the ocean. Alonzo, make me a dex saving throw to stay on Paradigm, who can no longer help you in this, so it's no longer an animal handling check.
Oh, sorry. Wrong one. Well, that would have been a 14 plus 1, so 15.
A 15. You fall into the ocean, but you are holding on to Paradigm still, so you're not immediately sinking. Paradigm, you don't know how to swim.
No.
What happens to you?
I kind of just float. I try and kick my legs, but nothing
Helga,
happens.
if I threw a horse into the ocean, like helicoptered it, just straight, what would happen? You're my horse expert.
Julia, have you ever did this? Have you
Hey,
ever
John.
did this?
No, I can't say I've ever thrown a horse helicopter style into the ocean.
Hey, John.
I think it would sink.
I'm gonna reaction Featherfall.
You're going into the water no matter what. That won't change
Yeah.
it, right?
But I'm not gonna helicopter into the water.
Okay, you parachute into the water, going 60 feet in 6 seconds. You're still gonna hit the water. You were 20 feet up. Who cares?
Oh, okay.
You're gonna hit the same rate.
Did it sound so volatile?
Yeah, it is. You fold. All right, did we get a? What's gonna happen, Helga? I'm sorry. I was looking at something.
Oh, I mean, probably nothing good. I'm assuming it would sink. Horses usually swim in rivers.
Yeah. Moose can swim through ocean, right? Though, or at least
Yeah,
parts of
moose.
it.
The salt
Like
keeps them
really
buoyant.
deep parts of it, kind of.
All right. Well, there's not too much wave going on, so I'm gonna roll a luck die, and if you, I don't know, is high good or high bad? You know what? We're gonna manually roll it. Yeah, it's a very strong item, Apollo. That's.
How many? Damn.
Your horse,
Yes.
Alden. You roll.
No, Alden, tell
Or
me
you
high
choose.
or low.
High.
High is
The
good for
staff.
you. Okay, you float for now.
5th level spells only cost 5 charges.
Yeah.
And that there's only one spell that costs 6
How often does it reset?
every day.
What?
Every long rest, so every week.
Oh my god.
Oh well, yeah. I'm sorry, I forgot John's
Oh,
world.
okay.
It's John's
Yeah,
world.
long rests are a week here. I'm sorry.
It's John's world.
John's
There you
World. Holy fuck, that's a wall of text. All right, Helga, it's your turn.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I can't. What do you want me to do? I don't know.
It was just
I
a
can't
general help.
you. I start
Get on the
swimming
ship.
towards. Yeah, I start swimming towards the boat to maybe, hopefully, take it over eventually. But
All right.
I can only, with a dash, I can only move 30 feet towards it. I don't know
Yeah.
how far I am.
From my last map, it would have been like 70 feet. Let me go look.
Okay.
I don't want to go back to the map since it's big and bulky and gets everywhere.
Well, I'm pretty sure me and Paradigm were 130 feet away from where the boat rammed the snake.
Yes, that is correct. 100%. You are just under 100 feet away from the boat, Helga. We'll just
Okay.
round it to 100 due to ocean waves. And what little current still is over here. So you begin to swim. And swim you swim. Antoine, you were pretty close to the boat. You no longer have your ring. And no ladder was lowered down for you yet. So the crew is kind of looking at you like, we're gonna die here, aren't we?
Not yet. Not yet. Forgive my camera, by the way. I'm having camera problems.
I forgive you immediately.
I cast levitate on myself,
All right.
and I try to scramble on board.
You cast Levitate going 20 feet up the Corvette, which is partially at ocean level. Can you stop yourself at 10 or 15 feet, or do you have to go 20?
I can raise myself as much as I want, I thought.
Oh, that's
there's-
why I'm asking you. I don't know.
The
how-
max is 20.
Okay,
Yeah.
up
Turn.
to 20 feet per turn. So you can get even with the ship, and you can see Captain Flippers, who looks at
Can
you.
I scramble onto the ship?
You can pull yourself up, but that's your action and your movement. So your turn ends when you are on the deck of a ship.
Sure. I say, hey, Captain, we're up. Mind if we get my crew or my team in the water off? Of
I
the
sure do.
water?
Maximo, it's your
Hi.
turn.
Flippers. I thought we were cool. Man.
You're a traitor to humanity. Maximo, can you even
Yeah.
do anything?
I think Maximo doesn't really know what this is, so I will try and cast Dispel Magic, which will just fail.
Okay.
And I will yell. I assume I can yell through it, or does it completely
I don't
like
think it blocks
insulate
out
me from sound?
Doesn't say anything about sound.
I think
Okay,
you're
then
good.
Then I'll yell at Flippers. Flippers, get out of here! Save yourself.
You didn't need to tell him that.
I will
Alonzo,
deal with them when I escape.
you are holding on to the barely floating Paradigm who cannot truly tread water, but is kicking and thrashing anyway. As his horse instincts kicked in. You're about to
I
sink
really
and
don't
die,
have-
aren't you?
Probably. Alonso will wish he had taken a different path recently and help Paradigm swim by paddling along.
Give me an
shield isn't
athletics
war.
check at disadvantage.
Okay.
Alright.
Oh, not bad.
You guys move 5 feet closer to the boat.
Perfect.
Flippers looks at his druid spells that he has.
Of course.
Good job, Flippers.
He's not the highest
He's a
level
druid.
druid. Yeah.
He's a druid that can't change back from a penguin.
No, he can't. His whole meme was like he would jump into the ocean and then wild shape into a seal, signaling the duality of penguin and seal.
Oh, that's why you had those tokens.
Yeah.
Really quickly, which of these tokens is Alden?
He is
The
the
horse.
horse.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I'm the only one that's bigger than everyone else.
It's true.
Oh, right, okay.
He has a bigger character. Oh, it sucks that this is gonna be where he dies.
Are you sure, John?
Pretty sure, yeah.
I still have all my spell slots.
I know you do, but I don't think you can... Okay. He is going to cast a wind spell and move his vessel. Or rather, I think it's just called Control Water or Tidal Wave or something like that.
Tidal Wave is a spell.
Control water, too.
I don't know.
Tidal
if he
Wave
has
is the one
fourth
that
level.
does bludgeoning damage that pushes things with force.
Oh. You conjure up a wave. Yeah, he's going to... Well, does he want to tidal wave the boat to move it, or does he want to tidal wave Antoine to get him off of it? I think he's going to waterbender his way.
Tidal Wave Antoine in the air.
Yeah, he's going to do that. Antoine, do you have a way to counter this spell?
You're gonna have to link it.
I can't.
I mean,
actually.
he's asking if you have counterspell.
Yeah, do you have counterspell?
No, I don't have counterspell.
Oh, okay, then he's going to
What is
cast
the
Tidal
range
Wave.
of counters? Oh, it's 60 feet.
Yeah, it's 60 feet. He would have been within range.
I could have been within range.
Too bad you're too far away. Alright, so he creates a wave that is 30 feet long, 10 feet wide, and up to 10 feet tall. Each creature in that area must make a DC or a dexterity saving throw. On a failure, well, he's just going to target you and his boat. So I guess he's going to hit his boat, which will then, the water will hit you. And make you suffer a DC. Wow, he doesn't have a great saving throw. Alright. Can you make me a DC 14 dexterity saving throw, Antoine?
Oh, his DC is almost as crappy as mine.
Yeah, it's
And I'm
really
terrible.
bad. We're not dealing with a grug here. Oh my god. You pass it,
Oh.
suffering half of 48, which is 11, and you do not go prone.
I go prone when I'm levitating. I have to do a concentration save though.
I suppose, but you cannot... Don't you break levitate once you're on the ground? Or is that still going no matter what? I think
Hold on,
it's
do I
still
take
going,
half
yeah.
of 11 or do I take 11?
You take 10.
I take 10. Okay.
Yeah, 21 halved is 10. Since we round down in this wonky world.
Does it stop? Out of curiosity, does the thing stop?
Does what stop?
They levitate?
You suffer damage,
No.
so make a constitution saving throw.
Oh,
It only
yeah, so
stops when you
continue.
lose concentration or at the time.
Yeah.
It's not like Featherfall.
Yep. Okay, well, it goes away.
Yeah.
Unfortunate. The tidal wave smacks you in the face, knocking away, or I guess refreshing you to the point where you can't concentrate on the spell anymore. You blink. The boat begins to turn, also suffering damage, but I don't think 48 ocean damage is enough to, like, truly harm it. And he's just going to, I guess, tilt his own vessel and run over the crew.
I mean, he did so well with ramming before.
Yeah. Well, either the wave came from where Antoine came or it came from the other side of the ship. So I'm just going to roll 50-50. High, it will be Antoine's side. Okay, it did come from the other side. The ship begins to pivot and will keel haul and smack the crew below the waves. Scattering them if they are not already dead. That captain with 4 hit points, though, is sure as fuck dead. He will sink to the briny
Just so you all know, Flippers is more violent than my character.
He will then bonus action turn into a sea lion.
on a ship?
Yeah, on a
He
ship.
can't
He's gonna...
steer anymore. Well,
No.
actually, he knew how to do it with Flippers.
Yeah.
It's like a...
Paradigm, it's your turn. You are now in the ocean. The guy 20 feet above you, beyond your field of force. We're going to Thunderstep.
Toward the ship. 90 feet.
90 feet. You are only 20 feet away now. Or,
And
yeah.
then, actually... Oh, no. I couldn't bring Alonzo with me if I did that. I have to wait till next turn. I was gonna Misty Step onto the side of the ship.
True. So you Thunderstep taking Alonzo with you?
Yep.
Okay.
Paradigm, I like this spell of yours.
Yeah, me too.
Helga, you are left behind in the ocean by your friends.
I'm just gonna keep swimming towards the boat.
All right. You are now, if you moved, what, 30 dashing?
Yeah. And then another 30 this round.
All right. You are now only 40 feet away from it-ish. I'm on my other map, not showing you guys what is happening, aren't I? Yeah, well, fuck. It's all theater of the mind. As Antoine, you got doped. Now you got doinked by a wave of water, and now a sea lion is barking at you. What are you gonna do?
What will I do? Sea lion barking at me. I suppose I will cast Levitate on it.
You cast Levitate on it. It must make a spell save DC? How many of these spells do you have left? Isn't this your last one?
No, I would have one more. I did Levitate for myself, and...
Okay. Yeah, you didn't spend
did.
any spell slots in the serpent fight, so... what DC? 17?
Base of
What?
17.
Holy.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, right, you gave him that wand.
That is a natural 19 on the dice. He passes without even
Oh, well.
qualifying modifiers. I'm really glad I don't have to look at a sea lion's constitution. Alright, you cast Levitate. It seemingly does nothing. Maximo, can Flippers 1v4 a bunch of level 5s?
I believe. But
I will pick him up and throw him off the ship. I can.
He's a sea lion. He'll just swim.
I'm a 19 strength horse wizard.
He's just gonna swim though.
all right, Maximo is gonna try something else. Maximo will suddenly disappear.
Okay. You disappear, I guess. Can you DM me what you're actually doing if you want to make
I whispered it to you in roll 20.
Okay. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, you're super fucking gone. Jesus Christ. Alright, Alonzo, you are now much closer to the ship, thanks to... Antoine, can you give me an athletics check to not drown? And sink.
Why am I drowning?
You are not Antoine. No, you are Antoine. I need Alonzo.
Oh,
Did I say Antoine?
but I'm on Paradigm.
No, you were not on Paradigm.
Who's on first?
I'm not on Paradigm?
Paradigm had to hold on to you to teleport. Paradigm can't swim. Like, you're pushing him, right? So you were grabbing his haunches and, like, kicking out. Doggy paddle style, right?
Sorry. Athletics?
Yes, an athletics check. Alright.
3.
Paradigm! Alonso goes under the water and will begin to sink at a rate of, I think, 30 feet per round with heavy armor on.
Yeah.
How far is he right now from me?
Well, he was right next to you.
Oh, okay.
The problem is I don't think you can dive, since you're just using your natural buoyancy here.
That's why I asked, is he... How, like...
How far below the ocean waves is he?
Yeah.
Like 30 feet at the end of his turn.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant starting next turn.
No. Every round. And this was a round now. So he's going under the sea. It's Flippers' turn.
So I can't do anything, right?
If you can cast non-verbal somatics or non-verbal spells. So anything with a verbal spell component you can't cast unless you can suddenly breathe and speak water. I don't think you can do that though. And your movement is literally killing you here.
My only non-verbal spell is absorb elements, but I think I need to actually be hit with something before I cast that.
Absorb the ocean.
Or is it cold enough to count to be absorbed?
Unfortunately not, and I don't think it matters.
No, it's because I have a thing where I can fly 10 feet when I cast a spell.
Ooh.
That's cool.
So that could keep me above water. So it's up to you, John. If I can cast the spell without actually getting hit, then I'll do that. If not, then... Nope.
Yeah, you're sinking, bro.
Yep.
Absorb elements is meant for, like, it's basically a shield attack. Or, like, a shield reaction. Flipper's the seal. Oh, I have the seal token. Now it's gone. Fuck. I deleted it from this other world. I didn't have the other one prepared. Flippers the sea lion is going to charge you, Antoine. Did I skip your turn? No, you casted Levitate.
I don't
you
think
casted
so.
Levitate. He's going to shove you off the boat. With an athletics check. Can you please make me an athletics check? I'll roll this manually. Beat a 12.
Not sure I can.
What?
And surprise, surprise.
You, Antoine, are physically wrestling with the sea lion now. Grabbing it by the neck as it's trying to push you off its fucking boat. Well, sea lions only get one action per turn, so Paradigm.
Yeah. I'm gonna cast Levitate on, Alonzo, and then I'm gonna bonus action Misty Step onto the ship.
Okay. Everyone's using Levitate, man.
You can't cast 2 spells in a round like that.
Yeah, you can't.
Even if it's a bonus action?
Even if it's a bonus action. You know,
When you cast a spell as a bonus action, the other one has to only be a cantrip.
So you can maybe. What cantrips do you have?
Mold Earth.
Nice.
Coralie net shape water, which would have been useful.
Yeah, I'll levitate Alonzo and I'll wade. And I guess.
Can you cast Levitate underwater?
I mean, it's on a creature or an object. One creature or a loose object of your choice that you can see within range rises vertically up to 20 feet and remains suspended there for the duration.
And you can change the target's altitude by up to 20 feet in either direction.
Okay. I guess it will work then. I've never seen it be used underwater.
Do you think it might count as like difficult terrain for the purposes of the movement? Like slow it down?
It's resistance compared to air.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. That being said, guys, we have 4 minutes until I have to head out. Do we want to take a break here with Alonzo kind of at that point of we don't know whether he's going to live or die, but being casted to levitate or levitate upon, and then try to resolve this next week? Apollo, are you going to be free next week to finish this encounter?
I don't know. I know what my character will do, and if we want to just kind of like paint in a broad brush and say that the party escapes with the boat, I'm okay with that. And I can tell you what happens with my character.
Okay.
He's gonna come after us.
That's entirely up to like where you want to leave this
I
episode.
think we're going to end it on a cliffhanger here then. I will have Apollo message me and give me all the juicy details he wants to happen, which I will narrate as faithfully as possible next time. And hopefully you guys have enough tools at your disposal to take over this Corvette, this sailing ship here. And next time we will head back, potentially with all the magical items you've now rightfully stolen and won in battle.
All but one.
All but
Yeah,
one.
I gave
lost
away
his.
mine.
Oh yeah, that's super gone.
I didn't lose. I gave it away. It was gone.
Guys, thank you all so much for joining us. Is there any shout-outs anyone wants to make? Okay, I see how it is.
Thank you, John, for having me. I really appreciate the opportunity
problem,
to guest
Nick.
star.
I hope you enjoyed getting revenge on my players for all the bad things that happened to you in Deadly Dungeon.
Revenge.
It was fun. Yeah, this was really
None
fun.
of us really got hurt by him
I was
at all.
looking.
I didn't take any damage.
He missed the only attack he made on any of us.
True.
Mm-hmm.
I should have sent in 2 sea serpents. Guys, thank you all so much for joining us once again. I'm immediately going to go on to Greg Hansen's after this. It starts in like 30 minutes. I'll post an announcement if you guys care. If not, you know, I'm just a mad lad with nonstop D&D. So, until next week, or next Monday, we'll be seeing you. Have fun. Oh, God.
Nice, Emmer.
The Antoine
Good
dance.
shit. Good shit. All right, peace out, everybody. Don't die, whatever you do. Please don't.